What up? What up? What up? What's up, man? It's your boy Big Tight coming back through here one more again. Hey, we got to get into all these big moves that's been coming on, man. Um, Bengals do a massive signing with your boy Jamar Chase, making him the highest paid, basically the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL, man. T. Higgins, he gets paid massive contract. Derek Stingley get paid big contract, making him the highest paid cornerback over the contract that J.C. Horn just got for the Panthers. We're gonna get into that, man. We're gonna also get into the fact that my question that I got in my title: are the Bengals making a mistake by going all in on offense and not using that money to fix that defense, y'all? Also, we're gonna talk about what's going on with the Falcons and Kirk Cousins, man. What are they doing with Kirk Cousins, man? They kept Kirk Cousins on the roster um, through this past Saturday, which earned him an extra $10 million bonus. So, hey, they losing money again. But I will say this, y'all. I did look at it, and they did say talk about the fact of with him getting that $10 million bonus with him being on the team past Saturday, whoever trades for him will take on that $10 million bonus. So I guess they want to try to get rid of some of that money if somebody trades for him. Which the thing with Kirk Cousins, y'all, is somebody I put it like this: if somebody trades for Kirk Cousins, it's probably going to be later on. It's most likely probably going to be after the draft, y'all. Or if it's not after the draft, it'll probably be might be somewhere around training camp or something, man. Like I put it like this: if for an example, if somebody don't get a quarterback that they want, whether in the draft or somebody miss on Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, or something, and or if a quarterback get hurt in training camp, you know, if the quarterback get hurt in the training camp or something, then it could be a situation where a team might want to trade for Kirk Cousins. Like I said, they would take on that $10 million bonus, and I got the contract breakdown also on his contract, y'all. So we're gonna get into that. Hey, we're gonna get into a couple things, man. We're gonna get into a couple of updated free agency signings, man. Cornerback Jeff Okuda, he just reached a 1-year deal today, man. He is going to the Minnesota Vikings. So he just reached a 1-year deal agreement. Jeff Okuda is going to the Minnesota Vikings to play with defensive coordinator Brian Flores, which I know I like Brian Flores. He do a great job of scheming with the Vikings defense, man. I like how he puts a lot of people up in the line of scrimmage, man, to confuse the quarterback and also confuse the offensive line, man. Because with the offensive line with the blocking scheme, once the linebackers or safety step up in the line of scrimmage, they got to change their blocking assignment. And the blocking assignment, they got to block inside out. So another thing that it does when Brian Flores brings all those guys up around the line of scrimmage, the offensive line off the rip, they got to block inside out. So because of the fact that you don't know who coming and who going, and then sometimes he have all those guys up in the line of scrimmage and nobody come. So he do a great job of trying to confuse the offensive line, try to keep the quarterback guessing on what he's trying to do as far as trying to read the defense. What up with you, Chili guy Shorts? Appreciate you coming through, brother. Yes, sir. Good morning to you, man. And so I like the job that he do over there. I'm pretty sure Jeff Okuda most definitely thrive in that defense with Brian Flores, man. He do a great job of. And another thing, y'all, the way Brian Flores coaches that team, man, it also helps out the secondary because the quarterback, when he dropping back, if he up on the center, but most of the time they in shotgun. But once he has that time, y'all, once he receives that ball, once the center hikes on the ball, he got to be reading on the fly. Like I said, he don't know who coming and who going. That's why I like Brian Flores defense, man. But yeah, that's the updated free agency move right there, man. Jeff Okuda is going to the Minnesota Vikings, y'all, on a 1-year deal. He was with the Houston Texans, but he is going over there to the Minnesota Vikings, man. Let me see if another update has came up as far as anybody else signing. Also, the Eagles, they reward left tackle, outstanding tackle Lane Johnson. They reworked his contract, which added $8 million over the next 2 years, and an additional $30 million in guaranteed to Lane Johnson contract. So he most definitely deserved it, man. Lane Johnson, like I showed y'all on different takes, different film I don't broke down about the Eagles offensive line, man. Their offensive line is a beast, man. That's the reason why Saquon Barkley rushed for 2,000, and like I told y'all before, that's the reason why he probably gonna rush for 2,000 again if he don't get hurt. Because like I showed y'all in the film I broke down, the man gets to the second level without getting touched, man. There's plenty of plays that Saquon Barkley is running the ball and ain't nobody touching him to he in the secondary, man. And he 20, 30 yards, he 20 yards downfield before anybody touch him, man. What up with you, John? Appreciate you coming through, brother. What up with you, Candy Girl? Good morning. Yes, ma'am. Good morning. Let me see what you're saying, John. You say not much happening, but Eagles are looking like they're trying to make another move. Yeah. Now I will tell you this, John. They did pick up a defense. They did pick up an edge rusher. You said you got him at 1,700 yards next year. Man, I'm telling you, John, I wouldn't be surprised if he get 2,000 yards behind that offensive line, man, because they bringing – what up with you, Omar Tillman, man? Most definitely, man. Y'all double tap the screen for the like and subscribe to the channel if you like the content, man. Appreciate y'all coming through this morning. And like I say, with my title, man, are the Bengals making a mistake by going all in on offense, man? And what the hell are the Falcons doing with Kirk Cousins? Is they going to trade the man? Is they going to keep the man? Is you going to pay him $100 million to sit on the bench behind Michael Penix? What is the Falcons doing with Kirk Cousins, man? Hey, everybody know. It was a head scratcher when they drafted Michael Penix and they just paid Kirk Cousins all that money anyway. So now the Falcons, they stuck in a hard place, man, because they owe him so much money. It kind of hurts them with the salary cap. They don't got a lot of draft picks to fix the team. So it's going to be interesting to see what happened with Kirk Cousins, man. Like I say, if Kirk Cousins do get traded, y'all, it'll end up being a team that maybe miss out on Aaron Rodgers, and maybe they feel like they're quarterback away, whichever team that Aaron Rodgers doesn't go to, and depending on what happened in the draft, y'all. So that's what I feel like. If Kirk Cousins do get traded, y'all, it's probably going to be – it might be either after the draft or probably after June 1st. Because with Kirk Cousins' contract, y'all, I looked at his contract, and of course, y'all know he got paid $4,180 million, which included a $50 million signing bonus. Your boy Kirk Cousins got paid. Hey, whoever Kirk Cousins' agent is, everybody in the NFL, especially these guys coming in as rookies, you need to go get Kirk Cousins' agent, because Kirk Cousins' agent gets that boy paid. Of course, he got $100 million guaranteed in his contract, man. So, like I said, what happened with Kirk Cousins this past Saturday? He got a roster bonus of $10 million guaranteed, man, for the 2026 season. So basically, what happens is, y'all, if they trade Kirk Cousins, then the team that picks him up, they would offset, and that would transfer either partially or fully to the team that trades for him in 2026, man. So that's basically what the Falcons can do with that extra $10 million. But hey, for Kirk Cousins, your boy just got paid an extra $10 million by them keeping him on the team past last Saturday, man. Also, these are the options. These are the options for the Falcons, man, as far as what they could do as far as the dead salary cap money that would hit their contract as far as with Kirk Cousins, man. So this is what I was telling y'all. Now, if they trade Kirk Cousins before June the 1st, it will result in $37.5 million dead money salary cap, which they will only get $2.5 million savings on the salary cap. for 2025. Now, if they trade him after June the 1st, the Falcons, they could save $27.5 million, and they will only get nine million dead salary cap money. I'm sorry, y'all. 12.5 million. They will only get 12.5 million dead cap salary money. So that goes to show you the reason why I say if Kirk Cousins do get traded, it's better for the Falcons to trade him after June the 1st, not before June the 1st. So if he does get traded, look for him to get traded after June the 1st. Maybe it's sometime in our training camp, man. Maybe it's somebody get one of these rookie quarterbacks and they don't really like what they see, or if somebody get hurt in training camp, then maybe they might try to, go get Kirk Cousins. So that's the only situation where the Falcons would be able to trade him. But I'm gonna tell y'all like this: if depending on where Aaron Rodgers go, which I told y'all, I feel like the best place for him to go is to Minnesota. Because Pittsburgh been struggling with their offensive line past couple of years. As y'all know, the Giants' offensive line ain't all that neither. He just came from the Jets, where the Jets' offensive line wasn't all that good. So my thing is, y'all, why you want to go to Pittsburgh and to the Giants, where you're going to be in the same situation where you got weapons, but the damn pressure going to be in your face every time you turn around, there's going to be some pressure in your damn face. So I just feel like, if you ask me, man, my opinion, I feel like Aaron Rodgers need to holler at his agent and go talk to the Minnesota Vikings ASAP on some type of short-term contract, maybe a year or two, and that'll also give Minnesota a chance to look at J.J. McCarthy to see what they got in J.J. McCarthy, man. That's just my opinion, y'all. But let me see what you say, John. You said the Panthers should take Kirk Cousins. You said the Panthers should take him. Hey, we'll see what happens with old Bryce this season, man. He most definitely, y'all know me. I'm a wait and see guy as far as with Bryce with Carolina, man. I'm a wait and see guy. He ended the season. Most definitely, Candy Girl. I most definitely appreciate that, man. Like I say, if y'all like the content, y'all most definitely subscribe to the channel. Double tap the screen for the likes, man. And like I say, you can copy your super sticker, get your super chat, man. Also, man, if you want to be a member to the channel, give me 1 second. If you want to be a member to the channel, this is the link to the channel. If you want to be a member to the channel, man, it's $2.99 a month. What up with your Dome 34? What up with your Lord, man? Salute, man. Appreciate you coming through this morning. But yeah, man. So the Falcons, man, they most definitely in a messed up situation right now, y'all. And everybody was shaking their head. Everybody was shaking their head with the situation with the Falcons, man. But like I said, y'all, the Falcons' best chance to try to get any type of salary cap, to get anything positive out of the situation with Kirk Cousins, their best bet, y'all, is to trade Kirk Cousins after June the 1st, y'all. After June the 1st. Let me see what you say, Dom 34. You say, what up, Big Tight? You say, we need to, you say, do we need? Oh, you trying to say, do we need to get Kirk Cousins? Hey, I'll tell you what. Hey, I wouldn't mind having him. I wouldn't mind having him. Now he did fall off the cliff the second half of the season, but everybody know Kirk Cousins. Every year he always put up the stats. Long as you can protect him, he gonna throw the ball. So he most definitely be a upgrade from Bryce Young. He most definitely be an upgrade from what we seen, y'all. From what we seen, and y'all know how I am. I go off what I see. I go off my eyes off what I see. I don't know what Bryce gonna do in the future. Like I say, he looked good. Second half of the season, he looked real good against the Falcons. But as far as me, I got to see what he gonna do when the season start. If he can start the season like how he ended, hey, that'll be great. But if he started the season and he looking shaky, hey, that's gonna be a problem for and if y'all watching the channel, everybody know I'm a Panthers fan. I'm just talking about my team for a minute. But if Bryce come out and he looking shaky, man, that's gonna be messed up for us, man. Even though I know I've been critical of Bryce, but as a franchise, honestly, y'all, and y'all know I try to be honest about what I say. Honestly, we need him to work out because if he don't work out, y'all, we're gonna be right back in the situation where we're gonna have to draft a quarterback, and then we're gonna be in a situation where we don't know if the quarterback gonna turn out to be what he gonna turn out to be. He might have been, he might have been all world in college, but we don't know what he's gonna do in the NFL. So then we're gonna be in a situation where once again we got to see what this rookie quarterback gonna do. And then if we come to a situation where that rookie quarterback, if he's struggling at the beginning of his career, that's gonna set us back probably another 4-5 years waiting on him to see what he gonna do. So my thing is, y'all, if for some reason with the Carolina Panthers, man, if Bryce don't turn out to be what they drafted him to be, my opinion, because we've been drafting and using these band-aid ass quarterbacks and shit, Teddy two gloves and Baker Mayfield and all these guys, Sam Darnold. My thing is, if Bryce don't work out, man, I feel like Carolina should go get a veteran quarterback. Go get a veteran quarterback that's proven. Don't get nobody who you going off potential and they had a couple of good games and you feel like if you get them, you can coach them up. No, if it's a free agent quarterback out there that you can get, if Bryce don't turn out right, I feel like that's who they need to go get and forget all these damn rookie quarterbacks because you don't know what the hell they're gonna do. And if you do, what up with you, Husky, man? Appreciate you coming through, brother. So if you do end up going, if you do draft a quarterback, at least have a proven veteran quarterback where we can win some games, man. That's the main thing. Me as a Panther fan, I'm tired of damn losing, man. I'm ready to win some games. I'm tired of watching the games on Sunday and hoping we win. Going into the game knowing we ain't gonna win, but hoping we can win. I'm ready to start looking at some games where, hey, I feel good about whooping somebody's ass. Hey, it's been a long time since I looked at a Panthers game, and I feel like, hey, we finna whoop their ass today. So, hey, I'm ready for the Panthers to get back to that point, man. Most definitely, man. Let me see what you say, Husky. You say the Lakers won 2 straight games. Yes, sir, baby. Luka Lake Show Luka, baby. You already know, Husky. The Lakers had another win last night against the Spurs. Which honestly, Husky, that's a game that they supposed to win. Wemby ain't playing. De'Aaron Fox was out. So it basically was Chris Paul and a bunch of young guys. So they most definitely, that was a game they should have won, y'all. Let me see what you say, John. You say respectably, Cousins is no scrub. No, Cousins, he's straight, man. You just gotta. We got the offensive line to protect him. All I say, John, is that's a lot of money on that damn contract, man. That's a lot of money on that damn contract. And for right now, Carolina trying to get that defense together, man. Hey, that's a lot of damn money, John. Let me see what you say, Dom 34. You say Big Tight Sam Darnold should have been our future quarterback. Yeah, I think I agree with you, man. I feel like they should have kept Sam Darnold, man, because as you see when he went to Minnesota, he looked like a totally different quarterback. And that reason, Dom 34, is because he has some weapons on the team. What up with you, Usman, man? Appreciate you coming through, brother. What up with you, man? You say regarding LeBron, I have something to say. Hey, go ahead, Usman. What you got to say about LeBron? Let me hear what you got to say about that old Luka Lake Show Luka, baby. You already know, Usman. LeBron, they say he probably gonna be out another week. So look for LeBron to be out this week and maybe next week, sometime next week, he might come back. So as y'all know, this week they got to face Denver on Wednesday. And I think they got to face Milwaukee. I think they got to face Milwaukee on Thursday, and then Chicago Bulls on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. So y'all know last time we played against the Denver Nuggets, man, and we had 6 guys out, and we almost whooped their ass with with nobody but Luka playing really. It really wasn't nobody. No, Luka wasn't even playing. Matter of fact, it really was just Austin Reed, really, because everybody was sitting out. Everybody was out. It was like 6 people out. And we took that ass to the wire, man. But yeah, Dome 34, I most definitely feel like we should have kept Sam Darnold, because Sam Darnold was playing all right, man. It was just at the time, Dome 34, the offensive line was struggling, and we really didn't have the weapons like that neither. So it would have been cool to see him behind the offensive line we got now, and instead of getting Bryce, maybe we could have added, a couple of fixed the offensive line like they did, and maybe added a couple of receivers to the team. And shit, we probably would have been in a different situation. Dome 34, shit, we probably wouldn't have been that bad on defense, man, if we would have just kept Sam Darnold. So you make a good point, Dome 34. You say Sam Darnold should have been here while we found our guy, if it's not Bryce. Yeah, most definitely, man. Like I say, y'all know I'm critical of Bryce, man. So we need, and I hate to say this, y'all, we need him to work out, to be honest with you, because if he don't work out, man, we screwed, man. We screwed. Unless we can look up and catch us a free agent quarterback, or trade for a free agent quarterback like the Raiders did, maybe we could trade to get somebody like Dak Prescott, or somebody like that ain't really secure with their quarterback. I don't know, man. All I know is we need his ass to work out, because if he don't, we fucked. We messed up, man. Let me see what you say, Usman. You say, why hasn't LeBron faced the Bucks for his last 2 years? Ooh, that's a good question, Usman. That's a good question, man. Hey, it could be that matchup with the Greek Freak, Usman. Hey, Usman, he ain't running from the old Greek Freak, is he? You don't think he's running from that matchup, do you? I don't know, man. The Greek Freak, man. He balling over there with Milwaukee, man. I will tell you this though, Usman. The way Milwaukee been playing, man, hey, don't be surprised if Milwaukee upset somebody in the damn playoffs. And what I mean by that, y'all, hey, when they get Bobby Portis back, man, Milwaukee been playing good ball. And y'all know Bobby Portis, he come off the bench, but he do a lot for the team, man. He do all the dirty work. So don't be surprised if they get in the playoffs and they send somebody like the Cavs. They send their ass home in the playoffs. Don't be surprised, man, because y'all know the Greek Freak. Hey, he a beast, man. He been balling, man. He been low key having an MVP type season, man. Most definitely, man. Let me see what you say, Usman. You say LeBron now has a decent team with emerging talent, 75% offense, 25% defense. Hey, I will tell you this, Usman, while we on the subject of basketball. I will tell y'all this though. I think it's actually kind of good that LeBron is out with the groin injury, y'all, because it's actually giving him a little time to rest his legs a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He'll actually be a little more fresh toward the end of the, because it's coming in toward the end of the season, and y'all know that the Lakers got the hardest schedule. Rest of the schedule, man, they got to play OKC 2 times. They got to play Houston. They got to play Memphis. Like I said, they got to play Denver on Wednesday. They got to play Milwaukee on Thursday. So the Lakers got the hardest schedule going through the stretch of the season, man. So most definitely, man. And yeah, John, Houston looking good too, man. Let me see what you say. Be good. What up with you, man? You say the Panthers going for Brandon Ayuk. You know what? Be good. The situation with Brandon Ayuk, I like Brandon Ayuk. I like him, man. I actually don't think that would be a bad idea to get Brandon Ayuk, man, especially with him coming off an injury, y'all. And the reason why I say that is because of the fact that he coming off an injury, and you get and this is another thing, y'all. If the 49ers trade him, then it's gonna be a majority of the contract that the 49ers gonna have to still play Brandon Ayuk. So if the Panthers was to get somebody like Brandon Ayuk, they actually wouldn't have to pay him that much money because the 49ers got to pay a good portion of that, from that guaranteed money. So that actually wouldn't be a bad deal. Be good to get Brandon Ayuk, man. I most definitely feel like Brandon Ayuk, if he healthy, healthy. I actually feel like when Brandon Ayuk was with the 49ers, even with Debo healthy, I always felt like Brandon Ayuk was more of the number one receiver than Debo. I feel like Debo is more of a gadget guy, because you can line him up anywhere. You can do a lot of things with Debo. That's why I say he's going to be a good fit for the Commanders, man, because you already got Scary Terry. You could do, he can catch a slant and take it to the house. So now you got Debo. You can do a lot of things with Debo. And then when them got the left tackle, Laramie Tunsil, hey, the Vikings gonna be looking. I mean, not the Vikings, the Commanders gonna be looking good, man. They just gotta fix a couple of things on the defense, man, because they defense wasn't that good last year. Let me see what you're saying, Ryan. Appreciate you coming through, man. You said Brandon is coming off ACL. Wide receiver coming back from ACL is a huge gamble. It is. It is. I would stay as far away from him as possible. You make a good point, Ryan. That's why I say if you look at it, it's all gonna be on if. That's why I say, Brian, if he 100%, if he healthy, and y'all know nowadays, they way more advanced with them ACL injuries. So most of the people who've been coming back from ACL injuries, they've been coming back and looking pretty good. But Ryan, you make a very good point though, Ryan. I ain't gonna hold you on that, man. You most definitely don't know, because everybody's body different, Ryan. So you most definitely make a great comment, man. Everybody's body is different. Some people come back and they man, it's a trip how people's body is, man. Some people had that ACL tear and they come back and they look better than they did before they got hurt. Then you got some people come back from the ACL tear and it look like, they still a good productive receiver, but you can tell they don't lost the step. They might not have that same first step burst. They might not still have that same quickness, as far as, them being able to juke people, stuff like that. So you make a good point though, Ryan. You make a good point. Let me see what you say. Be good. You say, Brandon, are you worth it? No more excuses for Bryce. Hey, I know how you feel. Be good. I know how you feel, brother. Let me see what you say. Ryan, you said ACL isn't the same injury as it was 10, 15 years ago. Yeah, that's why I say, with the technology they got now, man, but it's still a coin toss, Ryan. It's still that coin toss when you go to your downtown city and you flip that coin into that fountain and you look at that fountain with all that water squirting up in the air, and you look in there and you got all them quarters, nickels, and dimes in the bottom of that fountain. It most definitely is a coin toss in that old fountain, because most of the time these guys come back and look good, but some guys, they come back and they look like they don't lost the step, man. So you just never know. But I will tell y'all this, one of the hardest and the worst injuries to come back, I feel like now, is the Achilles. That Achilles injury is a beast, man. People who get Achilles injuries, those be a little more serious than the ACLs now, man. That Achilles injury be tough, man. Let me see. Mind Hayes, 24. Appreciate you coming through, brother. You say they need to have a lights on draft and defense for their plan to work. Good luck, Bengals. Hey, I'm glad you said that, Minds. And I'm gonna get on my topic. What I say, y'all. Yes, sir. Candy Girl, y'all most definitely double tap that screen for the likes and subscribe to the channel if y'all like the content, man. And like I say, I'm finna get to my title, man. Did the Bengals are the Bengals making a mistake by going all in on offense, man? And like I say, what the hell are the Falcons doing with Kirk Cousins? And we're gonna also get into some of the free agent signings, man. But when I say are the Bengals making a mistake, y'all, what I mean by that is last year, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Last year, I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. Now, come on over here. Let me tell y'all a secret. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. Now, Joe Burrow, of course, he been talking to the ownership and everything with the Cincinnati Bengals about He wanted to keep Jamar Chase. He wanted to keep T. Higgins. And they also, right now, they're saying they're trying to work out a deal on trying to keep Trey Henderson also. But I'm going to tell y'all the secret, though, y'all. They had 3 of the top players in the NFL last year as far as stat-wise. They had 3 guys on the same team that led the NFL in different categories, and they still lost. Let me say that one more again. They had 3 guys on the team that led the NFL in 3 categories on the same damn team. Now, how often do you catch that? 3 guys lead the NFL, the number 1 spot in different categories on their team, and they still damn lost. And you know why they lost? Because they damn defense can't stop a damn cold. The defense can't stop a cold. Hey, defense ain't stopping nobody, man. That's why Joe Burrow threw for all them damn yards, y'all. They can't stop no damn body. Look, man, let me tell y'all something, man. I'm going to tell y'all something. I looked this up because I wanted to show y'all what I mean when I say, yeah, everybody hyping it up on ESPN and stuff about, they the best wide receiver duo. And, everybody talking about defense is going to be scared of Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins. And, yeah, they did re-sign Mike, what's his name, the tight end, Mike Gesicki. They signed him back. And then they got, a very good running back, explosive running back, and Chase Brown. I like him too. But this is the problem, y'all. You got to stop somebody. You ain't going to outscore everybody you play. You ain't going to outscore everybody. Now, I will tell you this. As a Cincinnati Bengals fan, man, they're going to put up points. They're going to be exciting. They're going to put up points. But as y'all know, Joe Burrow, the offensive line ain't real. The offensive line ain't great. And like I say, you got Trey Henderson on the team who led the NFL with 17.5 sacks, and they still couldn't stop no damn body. Let me say that one more time for the church, y'all. Y'all know when the preacher say. Let me say that one more time for the church. If y'all didn't hear me, let me say it one more time for everybody in the back of the room. In the back, what he say? Let me say it one more time for everybody in the back of the church that didn't hear me. Let me say it one more time. Trey Henderson led the NFL in sacks, 17.5 sacks, and they still couldn't stop no damn body. One more time. He had 17.5. He led the NFL in sacks. And they still couldn't stop no damn body on defense. That's why I put up the question, are the Bengals making a mistake? Of course, they had to pay Jamar Chase. He was the Triple Crown winner. He led the NFL in receiving yard, receptions, and touchdowns. Matter of fact, let me see. Jamar Chase had 1,708 yards receiving. Y'all give me 1 second. I got his stats wrote down right here. Let me see what he had. Okay, he had 127 receptions. He had 1,708 yard receiving, and he had 17 touchdowns on the season, y'all. So he got the big contract, 4-year, $61 million contract, and then T. Higgins came out and he got the highest paid contract as far for a number 2 receiver, which was 4 years, $115 million, which y'all was surprising to me. The highest paid number 2 receiver before T. Higgins was Jalen Waddle. Let me say that one more time. The highest paid number 2 receiver before T. Higgins just got his contract was Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle been dealing with injuries, and he ain't really been doing all that with the Miami Dolphins, man. That's a lot of damn money they paying Jalen Waddle over there, man. That's a lot of damn money they paying over there. And every time you turn around, Jalen Waddle hopping off the damn field with a hamstring or growing or whatever be going on with him. But yeah, man, that's what I wanted to tell y'all, man. This is my opinion, man. This is why I'm asking y'all the question. Did the Bengals make a mistake by going all in on offense, man? Because I feel like this. You got your number one receiver. You got a good productive tight end in Mike Gesicki. You got you a great quarterback. You got your explosive running back. I feel like it's easier. And let me say that one more time, y'all. It's easier to find a number 2 wide receiver. It's easier to find a number 2 wide receiver. They could have let T. Higgins walk, and they could have found a number 2 wide receiver that would have been way cheaper than T. Higgins, which would have allowed them to have more money to try to fix that defense, man. But that defense is horrible, man. They can't stop no damn body. And they finna go into the season pretty much with the same fucking defense, man. Now, I know they probably gonna try to do some stuff in the draft, and they did get a new defensive coordinator, but I don't give a shit what nobody say. You can have all the coaches in the world, but if you don't have the guys on the field to make the plays, that coach can call whatever play he want to call. And he could be like your boy on Waterboy when he had that old notebook. You remember when the old boy took his playbook and he was over there on the phone with them high heel shoes on, and the phone when he plugged up to the wall, he was over there saying, I hate him, I hate him, I hate him, I hate him, I hate him. He had to took his playbook because he had all them good plays. Well, guess what? He had all them good plays, but guess what? The old boy team was stacked. And that's what I'm saying about the Bengals. Yeah, they got a new defensive coordinator, but if you ain't got them players on the field, you can call all the plays you want to. That shit is not going to work. You got to have the players on the field to execute them plays that coach is calling. You got to have the players on the field. You got to have at least a couple of them. You might not have a whole bunch of players, but you need to have a couple of them. You need to have a couple of X factors on that field to make some damn plays, because you can call the best play call. It can be the perfect play call for that situation. But if you got a trash ass cornerback, trash ass linebacker, trash ass safety, ain't covering worth of shit, guess what? That play you called was an excellent play, but you ain't got the motherfuckers on the field to make it happen, baby. What up with you? Relax and talk sports, man. Appreciate you coming through, brother. Let me see what you say. You say they must be going all in on defense in the draft. Hey, that's the only thing I can think about. Relax and talk sport. But my thing is, man, you can easily, and I feel like this draft right here, you know, of course, it's not like real deep for wide receivers, but I think it's some solid wide receivers in this draft, man. And I think it's some solid wide receivers they could have gotten this draft that would have been solid number 2 wide receivers, man. I also feel like it's some free agent wide receivers out there. You still got Amari Cooper out there. I feel like Amari Cooper would be a good complementary wide receiver to Jamar Chase. You got Tyler Lockett. I mean, he done lost a step, but he's still productive. What up with you, Donald B, baby? Appreciate you coming through. You got Brandon Cooks. I like Brandon Cooks. A lot of people say, you know, Brandon Cooks been bouncing around team to team to team. But one thing I will say about Brandon Cooks, whatever team he go to, he put up the numbers. Now, last year, he dealt with some injuries with the Cowboys. But I guarantee you, Brandon Cooks would have been healthy the whole season. He most definitely would have helped the Cowboys. Because Brandon Cooks, he's solid, man. He's solid. So I most definitely feel like they should have let T. Higgins walk and either got you a free agent wide receiver that would have been a good number 2, or get you a wide receiver coming out the draft, man. I like old boy from Ohio State. I like Jalen Royals. It's a couple of good solid wide receivers you could get in this draft that I think would be a decent number 2. And you could have used that money and fix your damn defense. Look at that division that they in, y'all. Look at that division that they in. They got to deal with Baltimore twice a year. Now Pittsburgh just picked up DK Metcalf, and it just depends on who they get at quarterback. Shit, if Aaron Rodgers fucking around and go to Pittsburgh, that's a problem for Cincinnati. Because yeah, Cincinnati, you got Jamar Chase and you got T. Higgins, you got these weapons. But what you know about Pittsburgh? Now, one thing about Pittsburgh, they've been trying to find them a quarterback. You know, they got to get better on their offensive line. But one thing you know about Pittsburgh, they always got a damn defense. One thing about Pittsburgh, they ain't the past couple of years, they've been trying to get their offense together. But one thing you do know, that defense gonna travel. That defense gonna be hell. That defense gonna travel. So all it take for Pittsburgh to do is if they pick up Aaron Rodgers, they get a couple of solid offensive linemen in the draft. This is a deep running back draft. I know they lost Najee Harris, but I like the running back they got, Warren. And this is a deep running back draft. They can easily get a solid running back in the draft, get about 2 good offensive linemen. Hey, they own and popping. And that's going to be a problem for the Bengals. Because guess what? They can't stop no damn body. So guess what? Just as soon as Jamar Chase catch that pass and he break a damn tackle and he go score a touchdown, guess what? We're going to go, hey, guess what they're going to do on Pittsburgh? Oh, okay, that's cool. We got DK Metcalf. We got George Pickens over here. We got the tight end, Pat. What's his name? Pat from Maryland or whatever his name is. Hey, we finna go right back out here, and we finna hit DK Metcalf on this little quick slant route. He finna break the tackle, and he gonna take it to the house. Now what you gonna do? Now guess what they gonna do? Joe Burrow gonna be on the sideline like this, like, yeah, let's get it, baby. He gonna get his helmet. Hey, we got to go back out here and score some points. Guess what that defense gonna be doing? Man, hey, they're gonna be on the sideline talking on the bench. They're gonna be over there. They're gonna be over there with the iPad, looking at the play, trying to see what they're gonna do. Coach over there coaching. He gonna have the pen in his ear. He gonna be over there with that clipboard talking to him. Hey, we gotta do this. Hey, I need you to shift over here. Hey, when he do this, I need you to do this. But guess what? Them damn players he talking to, they ain't making no plays. They ain't making no plays because you need the players on the field to execute them plays that their coach is calling, man. Hey, they most definitely gonna be fun to watch on offense because they got weapons all over the field. But you can't outscore everybody, man. If the Bengals, if for some reason they are able to make the playoffs, y'all, you got to go through Baltimore, which is in your own division. You gotta face Pittsburgh 2 times. Which, like I say, it depends on what they do at quarterback. But Pittsburgh just sitting over there waiting. That defense ain't going nowhere. What up with you, Break Forever, man? Appreciate you coming through, brother. Philip Hawkins, appreciate you coming through. Dexter Brock. Let me catch up on some of y'all comments, man. I just been running my mouth. Let me see what you say, Dexter Brock. You say no, they should have tagged him, then traded him for a draft pick. Yeah, man. You can find your number 2 wide receiver, man. I wouldn't have paid T. Higgins all that money. And then T. Higgins always hurt, man. He always getting hurt. Philip Hawkins, let me see what you say. You say the Bengals committed to not winning the Super Bowl for the next 4-5 years. Facts, man. You got to be able to start somebody, man. You got to be able to start somebody. Let me see you say Break Forever. You said Aaron Rodgers would fit. Yeah, you talking about with Pittsburgh Break Forever? Dexter Brock, you say this was a bad move. Most definitely, man. I don't agree with it, man. That's why I put up the topic. That's why I put in my topic, man. Are the Bengals making a mistake by going all in on offense and not attacking that defense, man? Let me see what you say. And shows people Burrow isn't shit. Hey, I'm telling you something, Dexter. Hey, your boy Burrow is thinking all about them stats. Hey, I'll tell you one thing, Dexter Brock. Hey, when you do your fantasy draft and you play fantasy football, you most definitely want to draft old Joe Burrow as your quarterback because he most definitely gonna put up the stats. Now they probably ain't gonna get that many W's, but they most definitely gonna put up goddamn stats. You most definitely want to get him as your fantasy quarterback because he gonna air that ball out. He gonna air it out. The defense just ain't gonna stop no damn body. Let's see. Baker 2 Evans, appreciate you coming through, brother. Yo. Yeah, the ALC stacked, man. The ALC is stacked. Let me see. You say Break 2 Evans. You say name a current football player for an edit. You say for an edit? What do you mean Break 2 Evans? You say name a current football player for an edit. What you mean by that, Break 2 Evans? Let me know what you're talking about. I'll answer your question. Let me see, Dexter. Yeah, most definitely. He gonna put up some stats, baby. What up with you, John? Yes, sir. Lennon Marley. You say the Bears here? Hey, Lennon. I like what the Bears doing, man. I like what they doing. They attacking. You say Break 2 Evans. You say I'm gonna make a video from my YouTube channel. Oh, okay. What's up, man? About whichever player you pick. Oh, you said about a player I pick. Okay, I'll tell you what. Break two Evans. Let me see a player I pick. Let me see. You do a player I pick. Hey, I ain't no Eagles fan, but I say your boy Saquon Barkley. I call him AKA the Green Goblin. Because y'all know the Green Goblin. If you don't control him, he gonna fuck your day up. And that's why I call Saquon Barkley, AKA the Green Goblin. Because if you don't control him, he gonna mess up your day. And what I mean by that, he gonna put up about 200 yards on your ass. If you can't stop him, he is most definitely gonna mess up your day. So if you're gonna say a player break two Evans, I'm gonna give you a good player and I'm gonna give you a good person to talk about, which most definitely gonna get you some views. And I say Saquon Barkley, baby, aka the Green Goblin. And I'm telling you like this, break two Evans, hey, he will rush for 2,000 yards again if he don't get hurt. Because I showed y'all before with the film I broke down, nobody touches Saquon Barkley before he get to the second level, man. It's so many times Saquon Barkley run through that line of scrimmage and he is not getting touched until he get in the secondary. He coming back with that same offensive line. The only person they lost was Mekhi Becton, which is, y'all know, like I know, it's easier to find a guard. They can easily find a guard in the draft with that offensive line, and they can keep it moving. They can keep it moving. Now, it's harder to find a tackle, but a damn guard, you can get a guard in the draft. You can get a guard in the draft, and you can keep on rolling with that offensive line, and they're going to keep on dominating motherfuckers. Let me see what you say. But Lemon Marlin, what you were talking about with the Bears. I like what the Bears doing with Ben Johnson, man. I told y'all when they first got Ben Johnson, because he's a great offensive-minded coach. Y'all see what he did over there with Jared Goff. He attacking that line of scrimmage, man. He signed Grady Jarrett. I think it was a great pickup. Grady Jarrett still productive. He got a Pro Bowl type center from the Falcons. He got 2 Pro Bowl guards with Joe Thunley from the Chiefs, Josh Jackson from the Rams. So he most definitely is attacking that offensive line. And if you know, like I know, Lemon, your quarterback got sacked the most in the NFL last year. So he is attacking that problem off the rip. And if you know, like I know, Lenny, he got weapons. They got weapons all over the field. You got DJ Moore, you got Romeo Odunze, you got Cole Kmet, you got Swift at running back. Of course, they lost Keenan Allen, but I feel like you can get you a slot receiver in the NFL draft. You can most definitely. I like Restrepo from Miami. I think Restrepo from Miami is going to be a great slot receiver in the NFL. I'm most definitely. I like what Chicago doing, but I will tell you this though, Lenny. That's a hell of a damn division that they in, because Chicago young, Detroit ain't going nowhere, Minnesota ain't going nowhere, Green Bay ain't going nowhere. All them teams young. All of them got young. They receivers young, quarterback young, running backs young, defense young. That's gonna be a hell of a division over there, boy. That's gonna that division over there gonna be hell, man. I would not want to be in that division. You gotta face all them teams 2 times a year. Them playoff game. Every time you play each other, that's like a damn playoff game, because that game gonna mean something at the end of the year, because y'all gonna be battling for that damn playoff spot. And then you're gonna be in a situation where you got a team that's very good that's gonna get in the wild card because of that fucking division that they in. But what up with you, Welsh, man? Appreciate you coming through, brother. Yeah, y'all gonna most definitely put up points, man. With that offensive line, y'all gonna put up points, man. And I feel like Ben Johnson, he gonna get Caleb Williams right. He gonna get him right. Dexter Brock, let me see what you say. Appreciate you coming through, brother. You say, yeah, Barkley is a dog. It's just keeping him upright. Yeah. Seen so many running backs with a great year, then get injured or a off year. Yeah, that's what I say, Dexter. That's why I say, if you peak game, that's why I say, barring injury, if he don't get hurt, because you make a good point. A lot of times when they get those 2,000-yard season, that next season, a lot of times they end up getting hurt, or it'd be like they done lost a step because of all that beating they took to their body. Because anytime a running back get 2,000 yards, that lets you already know they're getting a whole lot of carries. But the only thing I will say about that, Dexter, and go back and look at the highlights or film or whatever, Saquon Barkley get through the line of scrimmage and he don't get hit, man. Y'all go look at the film if y'all don't believe me, or y'all go look at some of my older videos. I got a video where I break down film, on Saquon Barkley. When they played the Commanders in the playoffs. I did one. I think that was my last video. I showed y'all his top plays from last year. He got so many plays. Well, this man getting 20, 30 yards downfield and ain't no damn body touched him. He gets straight through the line of scrimmage, gets straight past the linebackers, and he don't get touched to the damn safety. The safety the one end up making the tackle. And then half of the time, he outrun his ass. So that's the only thing I will say about that, Dexter. He did get a lot of carries, but if you look at it, he ain't take a lot of hits like that because the motherfucker getting the secondary quick, man. He getting the secondary quick, man. Break forever. Let me see what you say. You say Jaden Daniels is the truth. Hey, break forever. Hey, I'll tell you this, man, because of the fact that what they done did in free agency and with them picking up Debo, and I'm gonna tell y'all something else, what was real big for the Commanders. Because even though Jaden Daniels had a great year, he did get sacked a lot, y'all. But I think that was a big move with them getting Larry Tunsil in that trade. And that's gonna shore up the left tackle. Larry Tunsil, he don't give up sacks, y'all. I think Larry Tunsil only gave up maybe about 2 or 3 sacks last year. That's excellent. That's excellent for a left tackle, man. He only gave up like 2 or 3 sacks the whole fucking season. Man, now you got him. Now you got Debo to team him up with Scary Terry. They brought Zach Ertz back. Zach Ertz, he done got older, but he's still solid tight end. As y'all see, he still know how to get open. He still know how to run routes. He still got solid hands. I think the only thing that the Commanders are missing on offense, y'all, they got to get a running back because you cannot have Jaden Daniels lead your team in rushing another year with his slim frame. I mean, he do a great job when he take off running, but you don't want Jaden Daniels to be your leading rusher on your team again because if y'all go look at the stats, he led the team in fucking rushing, y'all. So they most definitely this a good draft. This is a good draft to get a running back. So this is a good draft to get a running back. So they can get a solid running back, 4th, 5th, 6th round, solid running back. So they got to get a running back, and they got to shore up that defense, y'all. They most definitely got to fix that defense because that was one of their problems last year, especially with stopping the run. So yeah, most definitely, man. But y'all, give me 1 second, man. I got a little video. I got a little video clip I want to play for y'all as far as little thing with them signing Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, what's going on with Kirk Cousins. So I got a little video I'm gonna play for y'all, man. Like I say, if y'all new to the channel, y'all most definitely subscribe, man. We do all football over here. We do the NFL, we do college football. Hey, as y'all know, we talk about the NBA too. Even though I started an NBA channel, well, a basketball channel also, y'all. And I'll put the link in the chat in a little bit. If y'all basketball fans, y'all can go over there and subscribe to my other channel, man. We do the NBA, college basketball. I will be doing some of those college basketball games in the tournament this weekend, y'all. So if y'all basketball fans like I am, I'm going to put the link in the chat in a little while. And y'all can hit the link, subscribe to over there, man. And I'm going to do a couple of live game reactions to some of them college basketball games over there. And y'all already know I'm a big Lakers fan. Luka Lake Show, Luka, baby. Well, I ain't going to say a big win because we basically beat who we should have beat. We should have beat the Spurs. Wemby ain't playing. De'Aaron Fox wasn't playing, so they should have won. But like I say, appreciate y'all coming through, man. Y'all most definitely subscribe to the channel. Double tap the screen for the lights. And like I always say, man, hey, y'all can get y'all a super sticker, super chat. And if you want to be a member to the channel, man, it's $2.99 to be a member of the channel, man. So I most definitely appreciate y'all coming through, kicking it with me, man. Yeah, Bray Forever. Yeah, Miami drafting. Yeah. And hey, Bray Forever. He been solid everywhere he went. He was solid for Miami. Went to Houston, balled out there solid. Now he finna go to the Commanders. He gonna ball out there. But hey, long as he don't get hurt, y'all already know Larry Thompson, he's solid. You ain't too much got to worry about Larry Thompson. It don't matter who he go against. It don't matter what pass rusher he go against. Your boy don't give up sacks like that. He do not give up sacks like that. Jay Smith 4, what up with you, man? You said, do I like the Bengals? I'm not a Bengals fan, but hey, I like to see them on offense. And their offense is great. They just ain't gonna stop no damn body, Jay Smith. But they most definitely gonna put up the numbers. Hey, every Sunday they better outscore everybody because they most definitely ain't stopping no damn body. So every week they better put up 30 plus points every goddamn Sunday because they ain't stop. Hey, I'll tell you what. Hey, unless I put it like this, y'all, unless they do some great scouting, I'm gonna put it like this, y'all. This the only way things can turn out right for the Bengals with what they doing now, going all in on offense, y'all. This is the only way that it'll work for them. Only way. They got a hit in the draft, y'all. Let me say that one more time. They got a hit in the draft. They got a hit in the draft, y'all. That's the only way that it's going to work out for them on defense. They got to hit in the draft. And that means your scouting department, they got to do a great damn job with scouting the right people to fit that scheme of the new defensive coordinator they got. They got to do a great job with scouting, man. If they don't hit in the draft, hey, that ALC stacked, man. That ALC is stacked. Kansas City ain't going nowhere. Baltimore ain't going nowhere. Buffalo ain't going nowhere. Them the three teams right there you got to get through. Them the three top teams that's going to be probably in the running to go to the Super Bowl every year. Every year. Y'all know Buffalo going to be there. Baltimore going to be there. Kansas City going to be there. Them three teams, they ain't going nowhere. They got young quarterbacks. They got a great team. And all of them, guess what they is? All of them young. They ain't got a bunch of old guys on their team like that. Them teams ain't going no damn well. So your team, you got to get your team to a point where when you play those teams in the playoffs, you feel good going in that game that you can match up with them. Right now with the Bengals, they got, even if for some reason they go into this season, y'all, and they able to put up a lot of points, and let's say they fuck around and do make it to the playoffs because their offense is just that much explosive that they putting up the points and outscoring people. Guess what? You bring that shit and play Kansas City. Y'all know Kansas City got a good defense. You ain't beating Kansas City with that bullshit in the playoffs, man. You're not beating Patrick Mahomes and Kansas City in the playoffs trying to outscore them. Because guess what? Kansas City got a good-ass defense. Baltimore, you know, that could go either way because that's a division game. Y'all know how they go with the division game. But my thing is, y'all, they defense. They might score points, but shit, what the hell you gonna do with what you gonna do with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry? Oh, King Henry. When old King Henry start getting about when King Henry get about 20 plus carries and he hitting your ass with that old Statue of Liberty stiff arm. Y'all know that old stiff arm that Derrick Henry hit you with. He hit you with that old stiff arm casserole. Right in your face. That old stiff arm casserole. Hey, he most definitely make a fresh stiff arm casserole every Sunday. Every Sunday, he get your old stiff arm casserole. Let me see what you say, John. Let me see. Let me go back. Let me see. Jay Smith, you say Bengals need to draft a defensive player. Hey, they like I say, they got to hit in the draft. They got to, man. They ain't got no other choice because they can't stop no damn body. They had the Trey Henderson led the NFL in sacks, y'all. Trey Henderson led the NFL in sacks. Jamar Chase was the Triple Crown winner, and Joe Burrow led the NFL in passing. He led the NFL in passing, y'all. His stats, Joe Burrow's stats, actually, his stats better than damn Josh Allen. He won the damn MVP. He won the MVP, y'all. His damn stats better than Josh Allen. But guess what, y'all? Even though Joe Burrow threw for the most yards, even though Jamar Chase was the Triple Crown winner, had over 1,700 yards receiving, Trey Henderson has 17 and a half sacks. Guess what, y'all? They still ain't even making to the playoffs. They still were getting their goddamn ass whooped. They still were getting whooped, man. So that's just my opinion, man. You know, y'all might feel different, and I don't know if y'all are Bengals fan. Y'all might be happy and excited, but hey, I feel like they substituting, they going all in on offense, and basically they doing what Joe Burrow want them to do, man. Because Joe Burrow, you know, he been saying, you know, he want both of them on the team. He don't want them to go nowhere. He want this, he want that, he want this. Yeah, but do you want to win some games? Do you want to win some playoff games? Do you want to try to get a Super Bowl? Because the strategy that y'all using, y'all ain't gonna get past these teams in the AFC, man. Y'all ain't getting past Buffalo in the playoffs. Y'all ain't getting past Baltimore in the playoffs. Y'all ain't getting past Kansas City in the playoffs. And shit, man, if the Steelers roll their dice right, you might not be able to beat the Steelers if they do the right thing. So, and then you got to look at the damn Chargers. The Chargers making moves over there. You already know the Chargers got a pretty good defense. You know, they making moves over there. They get Mekhi Becton. They got Najee Harris. They bring back the receiver, Williams. They bring him back. So, hey, I'm pretty sure they're going to get another receiver to go with Ladd McConkey probably in the draft. So, that AFC is stacked, man. That AFC is stacked, man. Hey, man, it's stacked over there, man. So, that's just my thing, man. Let me see what you say before I play this clip for y'all, man. Dexter, you say I can't say Burrow's a top QB. Mahomes, Allen, Jackson doesn't need a number 1 or 2 receiver to make the playoffs. John, you say Allen, Mahomes, Jackson, Burrow in that order. In my opinion, he definitely a top tier. Yeah, no, I ain't gonna knock Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, he a good quarterback, y'all. I just feel like, you know, you can be a great quarterback, but you also got to have a great team around you. Just like y'all think about them Super Bowls that Tom Brady won. Yeah, Tom Brady a great quarterback, and everybody called him the GOAT. But guess what? Guess what Tom Brady had? Every year Tom Brady won a Super Bowl, guess what Tom Brady had? He had a great team. Let me say that one more time. Tom Brady had a great team around him. He always had a team with a great defense. Now, when he was with the Patriots, he never really had like a great receiver like that. Besides the time he had Randy Moss, but beside that, he just had very good people to fit that system, man. Like Julian Edelman was a great slot receiver. He knew how to run routes. You know, they had all those guys that fit their system. Little short, quick, fast guys that get open quick. You know, Julian Edelman and they used to have a little running backs get out the backfield and catch passes. They always had great tight ends. But one thing you know about the Patriots, they always had great defense, man. They always had a great defense. They always had a great offensive line because you ain't getting to Tom Brady like that. They always had a good running game. And the receivers they had, they ain't really have a big name receiver, but all the receivers fit their system and what they were trying to do, man. So, hey, that's what you got to have, man. Yeah, you can be a great quarterback, but you got to have that team around you, man. Even when Tom Brady went to Tampa, he went to Tampa. He had a great team around him. He had a great defense, great offensive line, had a good running game, had good receivers. He always had a great team around him, man. So that's the thing, man. You got to have a team. You can't be great on one side of the ball and not good on the other side of the ball. You got to be good all the way around, man. All the way around. What up with you never ever, man? You say the Pats had Edelman, Wes Welker, yep. They had Randy Moss, they had Gronk, Hernandez, and they had Deion Branch. You're most definitely right. And think about it. The only great receiver out of that bunch that you named was Randy Moss. Wes Welker, he was solid. Edelman and Welker, they were a very good slot receiver, man. Very good slot receiver. Gronk, like I told you, they always had great tight end. They had Gronk back in the day when Tom Brady was young. They had Ben Coates. Like you say, they had Aaron Hernandez. I think, if Aaron Hernandez wouldn't have got in that trouble, man, and got in all that trouble, and he could have stayed on the field, Aaron Hernandez was a beast, man. Him and Gronk together, but they was killing people out there, man. Grunt and Hernandez, man. And think about it. That year when the Patriots, they ain't had no great receiver that year. They had Grunt and they had Hernandez, and they was killing people with that defense, with the double tight end, and damn who else they had? I think didn't they have Julian Edelman then, I think. But yeah, man, you gotta have a team around you, man. You gotta have a team. Yeah, John, he was perfect. He was perfect. Yeah, Deion Branch, he was underrated. He was. But think about it, y'all. All the people that the Patriots had, they fit that system. All of them fit that system. Because think about it. When all those guys left, when the couple of guys that left, like Deion Branch, he left, went to a team, and then I think he came back to the Patriots. But think about it. When Deion Branch left, he wasn't the same player that he was with the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? Julian Edelman, of course, you know, he didn't never go nowhere. Wes Welker, you know who he is. Hey, he balled out regardless of wherever he went. Wes Welker, he did his thing. What up with your Ricky Tap? You say hello from South Carolina. Hey, appreciate you coming through, man. Oh, South, Kakalaki. What up with you, man? You say, I mean, they did sign Ocho. Yeah, they signed Ocho, but you know, at that time when they signed Chad Johnson, man, he wasn't the same. He wasn't the same player he was with the Bengals, man. So I don't even really count that never forever, because if they probably could have got the Ocho, like the prime Ocho, when he was doing all them celebrations, them touchdown celebrations, then that would have been nice, never forever. But when they got Ocho, he was at the point where he was starting to decline, man. He didn't never really look like how he did when he was with the Bengals, when he was with the Patriots, man. He never did really look the same. Let me see what you say, Ricky Tap. You say not too much, just hoping my man from South Carolina would do good this year. Debo. Oh, hey, Debo gonna do good with the Commanders, man. He gonna do good with the Commanders, man. I don't see him not doing good with the Commanders. You got a great young quarterback in Jaden Daniels. Like I say, you say he went to your high school. Oh, that what's up, Ricky Tap. That what's up, man. What's up, man? I like Debo, man, because you can do a lot of things with him. You know, you can move him all around the field. At any point in time, you can throw him a short route. He can break the tackle, take it to the house. And then you got Scary Terry. I think that's going to be a great combination with him and Scary Terry. Like I say, they kept Zach Ertz. They shored up the offensive line by getting Larry Batonsil. I just feel like they need to get a running back, because Jaden Daniels cannot lead your team in rushing again. So I'm gonna definitely feel like that. Let me see you say be good. You say, am I covering the tournament? You already know, baby. You already know. Matter of fact, be good. I don't know if you know Be Good, but I started a basketball channel. Y'all give me 1 second, man. I'm gonna put the link in the chat, man, because I'm gonna cover the tournament, y'all, on my basketball channel. Give me 1 second, man. Let me see you say never forever. You said Debo is a running back. Hey, damn near. Damn near. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put the link in the chat to my basketball channel, y'all. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'll put the link in the chat. All right, y'all. That's the link right there to my basketball channel. And like I say, we will be covering the tournament over there, man. For this weekend coming up. I will be doing a couple of live reaction games for some of them tournament games, especially this weekend. So if y'all basketball fans, man, y'all will definitely hit the link and go over there, subscribe to my channel, man. We'll be matter of fact, I'll be doing another show over there. I done did a couple of videos over there, but I'll be doing another one over there, y'all. I'll probably do another one probably Thursday. Because I know the Lakers play Denver Wednesday, so I'm definitely gonna do a reaction to that Lakers game on Thursday. So I'll probably do my next live I'll be doing over there will probably be Thursday. And like I say, this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I know the tournament start on Thursday, y'all. But I got to work Thursday and Friday. So the games will be on Now, if one come on early, I might be able to cover one. If it come on early, like 12, 11, 12, 1 o'clock, I probably can cover that. But if not, I'm gonna definitely be doing live reaction that Saturday and Sunday for the tournament, y'all. So if y'all basketball fans, y'all most definitely hit the link and go over there, subscribe to my channel, man. Let me see you say, Ricky Tap. You say you might hate me now. Go Dallas Cowboys. I've always been a Cowboys fan. Hey, it's all good, Ricky Tap, man. Hey, we do the whole NFL over here, man. We do the whole NFL. We do college football, man. So it don't matter what team you root for. Hey, it's all good over here, man. Because I talk about everybody, man. It's gonna be real interesting with them Cowboys. They got to sign Micah Parsons, man. Hopefully they don't drag it out like they did with Dak Prescott and drag it out like how they did the year when it was time for them to pay the running back and also how they dragged it out with CD Lamb. So we'll see if they do a better job and go ahead and sign Micah Parsons, or if they're gonna drag it out like how they do everybody else. But we'll see what they do, man. They most definitely got to get a receiver to go with CD Lamb. They're gonna have to get another edge rusher to go with Micah Parsons because they don't lost Dexter Lawrence. I mean, not Dexter Lawrence, but DeMarcus Lawrence. They don't lost him to the Seattle Seahawks, which he over there talking trash since he done left. Him and Micah Parsons been going back and forth, man. But hey, John, I'll tell you one thing about them Tar Heels, man. I don't even know if the Tar Heels should even be in the damn tournament, man. The Tar Heels ain't really beat nobody. All the teams who they played that were good teams whooped their ass. So, I mean, I kind of look at it with the Tar Heel, man. I mean, I know they let them get in there, but it was kind of suspect to me with them Tar Heel, man. They all the good teams they played. I mean, I know they had a good schedule, man, and that's a lot of the reason why they put them in the tournament, because they looked at their strength of schedule. But they also got to win some of them games, man. They got to get some W's on some of them games. Golly, man. Let me see you say be good. You say I think they have San Diego State versus Tar Heels tonight at 9. You said the Tar Heels can lose tonight. Be good. You said the Tar Heels shouldn't be in there. They went 1-12. Yeah. I want to say the good teams they went against, they ain't beat no damn body. To be honest with you, man, the Tar Heels should be in the damn NIT tournament. That's just my opinion. They should be in the NIT tournament. That's just my opinion. But we'll see what they do. Y'all know once you get in, y'all know once you get in the tournament, it's free game. It's free game in that college basketball tournament. You don't know who's gonna be the Cinderella team. Y'all know every year it'll be a surprise team. Because if y'all know basketball like I know, especially on the college tournament level, if you got some good guards, on your team, and you got a team that can shoot, you most definitely gonna make a run in that. It don't matter who your team is. If you got some solid guards and you got some guys on your team that can shoot, you most definitely can win some games in that tournament. All them teams that upset people, they got good guards and they got guys that can shoot on the floor, man. So we'll see what happens, man. Most definitely, man. Most definitely see what happens, y'all. But y'all give me 1 second, man. I'm gonna share my screen with y'all. What up with your leprechaun, man? You say, wow, Denzel is live. King Carl has nothing. Oh, you soul, brother. Hey, appreciate that, leprechaun, man. Hey, appreciate that. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate you coming through, leprechaun. Y'all give me 1 second, man. I'm gonna share my screen with y'all right quick. You say get Denzel his hat back. No, man. I took leprechaun. I took this hat from Denzel in good grace, and I'm putting good use to this hat. I'm putting good use to this hat, leprechaun. Yes, sir. Hey, Denzel ain't getting none of this. He ain't getting none of these hats back. Matter of fact, leprechaun. I'm gonna get all the hats off the shelf. So he ain't gonna get no more of these hats. Matter of fact, all of the hats gonna be hanging up in my closet. Denzel gonna be like, hey, leprechaun. Denzel gonna be getting ready to go shoot a movie. He gonna get ready to go shoot a movie. He gonna be in the closet looking at the closet. He gonna be scratching their head. He gonna holler, hey, baby, hey, where are my damn hats at? She gonna be like, it should be in your closet on the top shelf. Well, shit, baby, I don't see them. Yeah, that's because I got them. Yeah. I reached right on up there and grabbed all of them, just like the Grinch stole Christmas. Yeah, your boy Big Tight went in there and stole all them hats and put it in that old garbage bag, that old hefty, thefty garbage bag. Yes, sir, Leprechaun. Put all them hats. Just grabbed all the. Hey, matter of fact, Leprechaun, I ain't even grab them off. You know, you just grab one hat, grab one hat. I like that one. Give me that one. Give me that one. Give me that one. No, I just took my whole arm and just had the bag open and just throwed all of them in the bag. Now that's the real King Kong leprechaun. Just grabbed the whole arm full. I put them right on in that bag and throw it up on my shoulder and tiptoe out just like the Grinch stole Christmas. And had that old dog outside. Now come on now. Get that old dog now. Get that old dog. Jump in this car. Let's get on out of here with these hats. Yes, sir. But y'all give me 1 second, man. I'm going to definitely appreciate y'all coming in here, kicking it with me, man. Let me say, be good. You say you haven't looked at the bracket, but it's cool. Hey, give me a few minutes. I'm going to play this video. I'm gonna see if I can pull up that bracket for y'all, man. I'm going to see if I can pull up that bracket, and we'll take a look at it, man. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm going to play this little video for y'all as far as give me 1 second. As far as what's going on. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to play this one right here because it's dealing with the topic I'm talking about as far as with the Bengals and as far as what's going on with the Falcons and Kirk Cousins, man. So I'm going to play this for y'all, and I'm going to see if I can find that bracket for y'all also. Give me 1 second.
New on NFL Live, this from our Ravens reporter, Jamison Hensley, said Ronnie Stanley addressed the media after signing a deal to stay with the Ravens. He said, quote, I was going to give Baltimore the best bargain that I would offer to any other team. That being said, I wanted to be happy with what I'm making and make sure I'm getting the value that I deserve. Felt like he got that, so good for Stanley and good for the Ravens. Let's get back to some top stories. Adam, start with the Bengals paying both Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
All right, Laura, the Bengals answered a major offseason question, making Jamar Chase the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history and making T. Higgins the highest paid wide receiver 2 in NFL history. They keep the core of their team together and ensure that Chase, Higgins, and Burrow will spend the primes of their career playing together in Cincinnati. Meanwhile, the Houston Texans made All-Pro cornerback Derek Stingley Jr. the highest paid defensive back in NFL history. He tops J.C. Horn, the Panthers cornerback who got his extension done last week. Stingley gets 3 years, $90 million, $89 million guaranteed for the way he's played like an All-Pro in Houston. Meanwhile, everybody's waiting on a decision from Aaron Rodgers. He continues to be linked with the Pittsburgh Steelers, with the New York Giants. Well, there continues to be some speculation about what level of interest the Vikings might have. It doesn't sound like Minnesota is the likely landing spot right now, but it certainly can't be ruled out. And so we'll wait to see what Aaron Rodgers decides to do in the end, while Russell Wilson also waits to make his own decision. He's visited with the New York Giants. He's visited with the Cleveland Browns. He's mulling what he would like to do here going forward. The Steelers have some level of interest in bringing him back to Pittsburgh, but it seems like everybody's waiting to hear from Aaron Rodgers first before the other quarterbacks decide. Meanwhile, the Atlanta Falcons kept Kirk Cousins on their roster, as they said they would, past Saturday, which means that triggered a $10 million roster bonus next season that becomes guaranteed. Now, the Falcons feel like if they trade him, the acquiring team would then be responsible for that $10 million roster bonus, which is why they were willing to keep him around. But it's just more guaranteed money for Kirk Cousins, who would like a change of scenery. Both sides are dug in right now, and it doesn't seem like we'll get anything now on Kirk Cousins until after the NFL draft at the earliest.
Yeah. Woo. All right. Acha, let's start there. Is keeping Cousins a good idea for the Falcons?
It absolutely is. And at least for now, that's the issue with Kirk Cousins, is the fact that the trade value for him isn't high. He ended last season not only as a backup, but I think it was 9 interceptions in the last 5 or so games. He struggled. And so teams aren't going to want to give up draft capital for Kirk Cousins. But that doesn't mean that the 13-year NFL vet going into year 14 isn't a value add for Michael Penix Jr. Michael Penix Jr. played a national championship in college. Michael Penix Jr. has an electric arm. But Michael Penix Jr. also needs to understand the game at a higher level. There is a benefit for young quarterbacks learning from veterans. And I get it. They were on the team last year. He had his 1-year runway, but it wouldn't hurt to give him another year if you cannot get a high level of draft capital for Kirk Cousins. So I think it's wise for Atlanta to keep Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty expensive mentor you got in the building. That said, I don't disagree because, Michael Penix Jr. also has a pretty significant injury history. So if you were to move on from Kirk, I don't know what the plan would be as a backup, but it would most likely be a pretty significant downgrade from Cousins, even at this point in his career. The other reason, and Sam, you're right about this, there's not a lot of draft capital likely to be had in a trade. So while you would be able to potentially incur some cap savings, as you see here, although if you had to eat into his contract a little bit to do a trade, you would limit those savings to some degree. I do question whether it would be worth it given how likely little they're going to get in return. So this is not an easy one for Atlanta by any means, but of course it's a situation of their own making.
Yeah, you mentioned the cap savings. There's a couple benchmarks there, maybe after the draft, depending on teams that still need a quarterback, and then that post-June 1 area where they could have some savings. Cousins has a $40 million cap hit in 2025, 7th highest in the league. All right, there's been a lot of wide receiver movement so far this offseason. DK Metcalf was traded to the Steelers. Deebo Samuel traded to the Commanders. Devontae Adams signed with the Rams. Christian Kirk traded to the Texans. Joshua Palmer signing with the Bills. As you see it all right there, it gets you excited for next year. Adam, take us through a couple wide receiver moves from this weekend. Let's start with Juju Smith-Schuster.
He's returning to the Kansas City Chiefs, Laura. The Chiefs had an interest in bringing him back. He had an interest in returning back to Kansas City. Gets a 1-year deal done to go back to the Chiefs, where he gets the opportunity to play with Patrick Mahomes and become a free agent again after this upcoming season. As for another big wide receiver move that was made over the weekend, Cooper Kupp went from the Los Angeles Rams to the division rival Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks have been in need of another wide receiver. They moved on from Tyler Lockett. They traded DK Metcalf. It left Jackson Smith and Jigba really as the one lone established wide receiver. Enter Cooper Kupp, who gets a 3-year, $45 million deal from the Seattle Seahawks. He obviously is familiar with the area. He went to school in that area, knows the state very well, and is thrilled to be in Seattle now, teaming up with Sam Darnold to try to help replace some of the wide receiver losses that the Seahawks incurred this offseason.
As much as we all kind of thought maybe he would stay on the West Coast, let's talk specifically about the scheme in Seattle. Mina, is Kupp a good fit there?
Yeah. I think it makes sense for the vision, and this sort of affirms what I think was behind the decision to move on from Geno to Sam, aside from the cost savings and the draft pick they acquired in the trade, which is this is not a rebuild in Seattle. It's a retool with a very specific schematic vision, which is centered around their offensive coordinator, Clint Kubiak. It's a Kubiak offense they want to call. Shanahan, McVay from the same tree. They want to put Sam under center. They want to run play action. They want to boot him out. They want a wide zone rushing attack. Their hope is that quarterback for that it will help the offensive line, and that Cooper Kupp, who has been in that offense now for years, can contribute as a blocker, amongst other things, as well as a guy who can get you yards after the catch. He is not the separator he was early in his career, no doubt. But when you think about the overarching vision of this offense, and I think what they're trying to build, then it starts to make sense in that context.
Yeah, to your point, the versatility is so attractive. Adam, still a lot of veteran wide receivers available, though. What are you hearing about that market?
Well, it's an interesting market right now, Laura. You've got Stephon Diggs that's still sitting out there, Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper, Brandon Cooks, Tyler Lockett, some quality veteran wide receivers. Obviously, some coming off injury, but a lot of receivers there that could help teams. But there's that many veteran wide receivers out there that doesn't help each of the receivers as they try to land a deal in a new place But again, if there's a team looking for wide receiver help, it's certainly available to them. Meanwhile, one player who was on the move this weekend was the former 49ers running back Jordan Mason, dealt to the Minnesota Vikings Saturday night with a 2025 sixth-round draft pick. The 49ers get back multiple draft picks, move on from Jordan Mason, who was highly productive in place of Christian McCaffrey last year when he was dealing with injuries. The 49ers right now believe that Christian McCaffrey will be back. Isaac Garindo will be ready to thrive next season. Patrick Taylor has been good, and the Vikings wanted to shore up their backfield and give a compliment to Aaron Jones, and they now have Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason behind their quarterback, we presume, say J.J. McCarthy.
They've done so much to surround McCarthy with everything that should lead to success. The O-line, the running backs, wide receivers, obviously. All right, but you do wonder why the Patriots didn't make more moves in the wide receiver market. We're going to get into some things that they did do, okay? New England made a sweet signing in free agency.
All right, y'all give me 1 second. I wanted to play that for y'all right quick. All right, be good. I was trying to find a bracket where I could blow up and show y'all. But the ones I tried to find, man, they so damn well, for y'all, I know y'all, I will be able to see it, but I know for y'all won't be able to see it. But what I did find, y'all, for the brackets, I found a couple of video clips that talk about it and break down each region. If y'all want to see that. So y'all let me know in the chat. Be good, John, Leprechaun, whoever, college basketball fan, man. I found a couple of video clips that's pretty much breaking down each region, the Midwest, the South, the East, and the West. So I can play that for y'all if y'all want to see that, and it'll pretty much show you each region and break down the teams and tell you the teams in the regions if y'all want to do that. If not, hey, we'll keep it. You say do it, okay, Leprechaun. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me get this off my screen. Give me 1 second. Like I say, hey, y'all like the content? Y'all most definitely subscribe to the channel. Double tap the screen for the likes. Y'all give me 1 second. I'll give y'all, we'll do this first one. Give me 1 second. Now this full bracket breakdown, y'all. This is the East region. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna play this for y'all.
Show me the bracket. Oh, there it is. I get so excited. You should too. It is one of the greatest days of the year. Selection Sunday. We're going to start in the South region because that's where Auburn is the #1 overall seed.
Okay, so I'm gonna read this out to y'all just in case if y'all can't really see the screen. I'm gonna read this out to y'all. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna read this out to y'all. Give me 1 second. Okay, so this is the South region right here. So first round, you got Auburn playing the winner of Alabama State and St. Francis. And you got Louisville playing Creighton. Louisville number 8 playing Creighton number 9 seed. You got the Michigan playing UC San Diego. You got Texas A&M playing Yale. Ole Miss playing the winner out of San Diego State and North Carolina. Oh, okay, that's what that is. Okay, Michigan playing, I guess the winner out of San Diego State game. Iowa State, they playing Lipscomb. Marquette is playing New Mexico State. And Michigan State is playing Bryant University. And that's the South region, y'all. That is the South region. Also, in the Midwest region, Georgia, they made the tournament, man. They'll be playing Gonzaga. Clemson is playing McNeese State. Purdue is playing High Point, and Houston is playing SIU Edwardsville, wherever that is, y'all. They playing Thursday. That's in the Midwest round. But y'all give me 1 second, man. I'm gonna let this play. They talking about the South region first, y'all. Here we go.
If they can navigate themselves all the way to Atlanta. They'd have themselves a virtual home game there. So they're going to play the first round matchup between Alabama State and St. Francis. As you take a look at us now on set. So in the South, it's Auburn, Michigan State, Iowa State, and Texas A&M as your top 4 seeds. I'm going to be quite honest with you. I don't have Auburn getting out of this region. I'm just telling you right now. I'm telling you right now, they're not getting out of this region. And it's my opinion. What jumps out to you here in the South region?
Lots of break. A few things I love more than a bracket on a screen. Let's go. All right, let's look through this here. Auburn 116, not going to have an issue. I wrote about St. Francis. Incredible story. If they can get past Alabama State, we'll see what's waiting there. Louisville versus Creighton. Now this is in Lexington. I asked the committee chair and vice chair about this. That is a big time bird battle. Yep. I thought Louisville's brutally underseeded. Creighton is a 9. Don't love it. That could consider this. You could have Auburn playing Louisville in Lexington. I mean, to me, that's the number 1 overall seed getting a Louisville team that had 2 losses, albeit a down ACC, but a 2-loss Louisville team that took Duke deep into the ACC title game. No favors there for Auburn. I hear what you're saying, Akeem. Michigan, I'm going to go right down the list here. Let me cook. Michigan against UC San Diego. I'm sorry, not buying this from the committee chair. This is an absolute joke. Michigan had the 4th most quad 1 wins. There's no justification for having Michigan on the 5 line. And not just that. They have to play a UC San Diego team that is top 40 at KenPom, and I understand why it's on the 12 because of the resume and the lack of higher-end scheduling that
it's a bad matchup.
This is Michigan got hosed.
By the way, it's like bad matchup because Michigan's got bigs. UC San Diego spreads you out.
Yes,
they shoot the 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like they got a guy with sticky fingers named Hayden Gray leads the nation in steals. That's Michigan.
Because matchups are so important.
Not just that, but Michigan is prone to turnovers. I'm not there yet. Okay, as we look at this bracket, that's going to be a trendy. I think a trendy 12 over 5. Are you
putting the Wolverines on upset alert?
Not yet. I got. Let me take it. You know what? I'll tell you what though. I don't think that there will be a region in the tournament that is picked more commonly for both the 4 and the 5 to lose than right here. Because when you go further down, you've got Texas A&M against Yale.
I picked them both to lose.
Yale beat Auburn a season ago. Texas A&M is the worst shooting high major team that's in the field. But
hey, y'all, quick thing. Now, if y'all want to, I'll keep playing this. If y'all want to listen to this, y'all just let me know. If y'all want to listen to this, we can. But I found the bracket where I can, of course, because the bracket's so big, y'all probably won't be able to see it that good. But I can read y'all all the teams that's playing each other in each region. Or if y'all would rather listen to them, talk about the bracket, we can do that. Y'all just let me know in the chat. Whatever y'all want to do, I'll make it happen. If y'all rather for me just read the teams out from the bracket, we'll do that. Or if y'all want to listen to them break down each region of the bracket, we can do that too. So y'all just let me know in the chat, and hey, we'll keep it moving. Y'all just let me know. Let me know what y'all want to do in the chat. And like I said, if you're new over here, most definitely subscribe to the channel. You said, let's see what they say. Okay, that's what's up, L Fabo. Appreciate you coming through, brother. All right, here we go, man. I'm going to finish playing it. Appreciate you coming through, L Fabo, man. And anybody that's listening, man, if y'all like the channel, most definitely subscribe to the channel. Double tap the screen for the likes, man. I appreciate y'all coming through, kicking it with me. Give me 1 second. I'll finish playing it.
The best offensive rebounding team. It's going to be a very, very trendy 13 over 4 pick. We've seen Yale in this exact spot, Tim, before. It'd be 13 over 4. Before we go bottom half here, take it away. Thoughts on the top?
Yeah, I have both the 12 beating 5. That's a bad matchup for Michigan. Like, Michigan's got bigs. UC San Diego wants to play 5 out and shoot 3s, baby. Now, if they go 7 of 35 from 3, they're going to get run off the court and lose by 25. But that's a bad matchup. And Yale has 2 senior guards that are so hard to find, Joe, because they've been 4 years in the system. I'm talking about Mbang and Poulakidis, and now Nate Townsend has emerged down low because there's no more Danny Wolf. Like, that's a team that's like, yeah, no problem. Oh, by the way, last year was in the tournament. Guess who they beat? The number 1 overall seed, Auburn. So they're like, yeah, bring on whoever. So this region is odd. I think Auburn's got the softest amounts of teams. Like, the rest of you, like, But, like, to face Louisville, as Matt said, in Kentucky in the second round, that is brutal.
I'm not looking past Auburn right now, but I
what up with your OG Greeterman, man? Appreciate you coming through, brother.
leaned in and asked you, is Auburn the weakest one that we're looking at? If you had to pick a region that you're going to try and play your way through as, let's say, a 2, because my eyes, when I look into the South, immediately went to Michigan State. What do you see when you look at their path, Matt?
I think this is a relatively tough region, although we also have news here. So a lot of stuff, as Selection Sunday is unfolding here, stuff is coming in. So TJ Altenberger is the coach at Iowa State. Iowa State's a 3 in this region. Keyshawn Gilbert, in my estimation, is the most valuable player for Iowa State. Altenberger said he will not be available. Gilbert will not be available for the tournament. That is a major blow. And by the way, this was obviously not communicated to the committee, but I actually thought ISU on the 3 line was debatable. If they had, this is frankly, if schools can put this forth, if you can not disclose your injury situation to better your seed, this is exactly what you do. But not having Gilbert available is a major ding. By the way, Auburn and Iowa State, I saw them in person at the Maui Invitational. Auburn won that game. Iowa State had a 17-point lead. They'd have to meet in the Elite 8. I don't even know on that. Michigan State's at the bottom half of this. Tom Izzo, we know what he can do. They've been really, really good as of late. This is a tough region, but I would say to you, in the top half here, Louisville's capable of giving Auburn a game. Creighton has Ryan Kalkbrenner. He's one of the best defenders in the country, and a guy that's really Ryan Kalkbrenner is good enough to neutralize Jani Broome. So if Creighton can get past Louisville, I keep an eye on it. Just, Joe, to your overall question, like how tough is the road here? You've got Michigan, 2 7-footers that could be waiting if they meet in the Sweet 16. UC San Diego is the best mid-major team in the country right now. And then Texas A&M, Yale, we'll see. A&M, there would be some familiarity there with Auburn and A&M, and those 2 teams met earlier this season. And guess what? Auburn beat them. A&M beat them back on March 4th. They got the win there. So, yeah, there's that. And then can we scroll down to the bottom, please, on the bottom half of this bracket? Ole Miss against San Diego.
Can I jump in here?
Okay, jump in.
I think Ole Miss is a fraud. Now, we were debating if San Diego State or North Carolina were going to get in. They both get in. Whoever wins that game is beating Ole Miss. Ole Miss gets a lot of love because they played in a great conference, Joe. They had a lot of opportunities and stuff. Eyeball test with Ole Miss. That is a fraud at number 6, and I'm targeting that.
Historically, we do get one of those first 4 that can flip some tables, make some noise, and maybe that's the spot that we find it in this game.
You want to know something? Like the North Carolina-San Diego State game, that's a difficult game. I'm picking San Diego State, so I have San Diego State beating Ole Miss. Like Ole Miss was one of those teams. You got to find teams that you're going to target. I am targeting them, especially out of 6.
Guys, San Diego State has a win over Houston this year. It beat Creighton. Actually, the matchup's the matchup at this point. It's got no business going to Dayton. San Diego State should have been well clear of the first 4. Here they are. Carolina, the last team into the field, has here we go. Okay, you're in. This is a quad 1 opponent. We're going to be 1-14 in this situation. Iowa State, Lipscomb, the Bisons, plural, not Bison, Bisons. Keep an eye on that. Marquette, New Mexico. You got Richard Pitino versus Shaka Smart. This is an awesome, guys. You get Donovan Dent versus Cam Jones. These are 2 of the 5 or 6 best guards in the entire country this season. That's a phenomenal head-to-head 7-10 matchup, Tim.
Yes, I just think Joe Musso, he starts doing this. He sees Izzo down there, and the fingers come together, and he starts. We've seen this movie how many times, Joe?
Had a long lunch with Coach. He's got the guys ready. What do you got there,
Michigan State.
That's where my eyes went.
Michigan State out of the South.
Why?
Because they have Tom Izzo. Because, you know what? Here's why. The fact that they're one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the nation has not stopped this team. They're 3-11 in the nation. They have found ways to win. They have rallied from multiple double-digit deficits this season. It's Tom Izzo in March. I don't bet against him. This is 27 straight NCAA tournament appearances for Tom Izzo.
Matt, I kind of agree with him because how many times have we sat up on this desk and go, yeah, Michigan State, and then when they win, we're like, oh, Tom Izzo in March.
And if we follow the thought experiment that we just did, if we're scratching out Iowa State, I know that's the red pen, and that might be a little too soon for that. You beat Marquette, and we'll see it when it really matters.
We will, but I tell you what, what's
by the way, they have a lottery pick. Jace,
yeah, he's been tremendous.
His stock is exploded.
Correct. It has been. Now on the bottom half, I actually just talked to Shaka Smart after Marquette lost in the Big East. We were back in the locker room. Marquette and Michigan State both not good from 3-point range. That could come back to bite them. New Mexico as a 10. Okay, I spoke with Richard Pitino earlier today. He is going to have that team ready. New Mexico is good enough. This was the best team in the Mountain West in my estimation. Donovan Dent is a dude. He is capable. You see the New Mexico Marquette game. That has potential. Michigan State, I like him. I'm going to decide later in the show, guys. I haven't pictures coming out of this region yet. When I look at the South, to me, when I look at this region, I see immediately the potential I'm like Doctor Strange and I've got all sorts of different calculations of the way that this region can go. I could see Auburn, I could see Michigan, I could see Iowa State, Michigan State.
I disagree.
New Mexico with the Reds. I could see a lot of teams coming out of this region. Auburn's they're really, really good guys.
I've called games with Keyshawn Gilbert. He's a glue guy. He's the ultimate.
He's more than that.
No, he makes guys better. Yeah. He defends. Like, that is a huge blow. What wins this time of year? You got to have a good guard. And he's as good as it gets. I remember calling his games at UNLV. He was a triple-double threat every time he stepped on the floor. He makes that team go. Matt said it best. We didn't know that he wasn't going to be available. If that was common information, maybe there are 4, maybe there are 5.
Hey, one quick thing. Appreciate that, Candy Girl. Most definitely, man. Y'all like the content. Y'all most definitely double tap the screen. Y'all subscribe to the channel, man. If y'all just coming in here, man, I'm just playing this about the college tournament coming up, man. Like I say, I put the link in the chat, man. Y'all basketball fans, y'all most definitely hit that link. Go subscribe to my basketball channel, man. We will be covering some of these games this weekend with the college basketball tournament coming up, man. And now that I see that y'all big college basketball fan, man, I'll probably go ahead and y'all hit the link, man. Subscribe to the channel. I'll probably go ahead and do a show tomorrow on breaking down this college basketball tournament, man. I didn't know y'all was into the college basketball because I watch it too, man. But yeah, y'all will definitely go subscribe over there, man. I'm gonna do a show tomorrow on breaking down the tournament, man, the matchups and who predict who might come out of which region and everything, man. So yeah, most definitely appreciate y'all coming through, man. I'm gonna finish playing this, but like I say, double tap the screen for the like. Subscribe to the channel if y'all like the content, man. Most definitely. I appreciate y'all coming through. Here we go.
I think this is going to get really goofy. I'm like having a hard time getting through the first couple rounds. But so at the end of the day, I'm looking at Michigan State and I'm going, yeah, I've seen this.
And by the way, just we didn't disclose. I believe it is a groin issue for Gilbert that is going to keep him from playing in the NCAA.
I want the Matt Norlander alternate bracket. I know you have enough on your plate tonight, Matt, but I'd love to see the 1 through 68 there.
There you go, man. This is tasty. I don't know if it's the best region, but that top left of your bracket here, there's a lot of potential. And you've got teams that have had some real hot streaks. Just one last thing for me on this. Auburn, Michigan State, Iowa State, Ole Miss. You have teams here that have had really, really big hot streaks. Louisville obviously qualifies there.
I actually think Auburn got a huge break overall in the region.
Yeah.
I think it's a very soft region, with the exception of playing Louisville potentially in the second round.
I disagree with that. Creighton is not an easy scout, and they shoot well from 3. And Kalkbrenner, as I said before, he is good enough.
If they had Pop Isaacs, they would be different.
I know, and Creighton is not.
Hey, one quick thing, El Fabo, I'm about the same like you, man. What I do when they get toward tournament time, I start trying to, when they get close to it, I start trying to keep up, start catching up with college basketball, man, especially like last weekend when they started playing the conference tournament. What I do, man, is I try to start looking at it like about a week or 2 before they start the conference tournament, so I can kind of have an idea, who looking like what, and then watch that conference tournament. And then by the time the tournament start, I kind of have an idea what teams look like, what they're gonna do. So I'm about the same when it comes to that, Fabo.
Here's the thing: Creighton's not deep, but they never foul, so their 5 are almost always on the floor. I can see Auburn getting itself caught up in a game where it's 4 or 5 points with 3 minutes to go with either of those teams.
We're going to get to each and every matchup throughout the show here on CBS Sports HQ. Matt's going to set them up. Tim's going to give us a pick, but we got a region hop here as we have scratched off the South. Coming up next, we got more analysis from surface level as we turn our attention to the Midwest.
What would you take there, Pros? Appreciate you coming through, brother. All right, y'all, they about to show the Midwest soon. Y'all give me 1 second. I'll read it off to y'all because I know y'all probably can't see it that good. But so y'all give me 1 second.
Houston is your 1, but who will be 1 when it's said and done? Couldn't help myself, Timmy. More HQ coming.
Okay, y'all. So in the Midwest Division, they got Houston playing SIU Edwardsville, whoever that is. They got Gonzaga playing Georgia. They got Clemson playing McNeese State. They got Purdue playing High Point. Illinois is playing the winner out of Texas and Xavier. Kentucky will be playing Troy. UCLA will play Utah State. And Tennessee will play Wofford. So my opinion, man, shoot, I'm taking Houston over SIU Edwards. I'm going to take Georgia over Gonzaga. I'm going with Clemson over McNeese State. Purdue and High Point, I'm going with Purdue. Illinois, now they got Texas and Xavier. I don't know too much about Xavier, so I'm going to go with the Texas to win that, and I'm going to go with Illinois to beat Texas. Of course, I'm going with Kentucky over Troy. UCLA and Utah State, I'm going to go with Utah State over UCLA, and I'm going to go with Tennessee over Wofford, y'all. So that's who I'm picking in those games. Y'all give me 1 second, man. I'm going to finish playing this for y'all.
Back on CBS Sports HQ as we turn our attention to the great Midwest. Houston is your 1 seed. 5 straight Sweet 16s for the Cougs, but 6 Final Fours yet to cut nets. Perhaps this is the season where Kevin Sampson and Houston can go the distance as we break down what we see in this Midwest. Matt Norlander, Hakeem Dermish, Tim Doyle, Joe Musso here on set. Matt, I know you've been gnawing on this one for a bit. When you look at the Midwest, Houston, obviously going to be a tough out for anybody. They play physical. They play defense. That is sort of the calling card, the through line to all of these trips. What makes you feel like this could be different this go around?
Well, a couple things here. One, there's only one team in the field that is a 1 seed this year. That was a 1 seed last year, and we're looking at the region here. Cougars, 3 years in a row, top line. Kelvin Sampson has an incredible program. I think broadly speaking, this region sets up better for Houston than any other 1 seed. That's just my look, and we're getting to all 4. But with that said,
yeah, OG, I agree with you, man. This division over here, this region over here is kind of weak, man. I don't know if it'll be any upsets in this division, in this region over here, y'all. But here we go.
Hiccup is the second round. When you look at what we've got here, we've got Bulldogs versus Bulldogs, Georgia versus Gonzaga. Houston and Gonzaga are both top 10 Ken Pom teams. Now, Gonzaga didn't get enough done on the resume end, so keep in mind, the committee is not trying to seed teams based on how good they are in predictive metrics, although I think you can make a case here and there that if you want to bump them up a seed line to help competitive balance in the bracket, personally, that doesn't bother me. But Gonzaga could only go up so high. And so here we have Houston, Gonzaga, 2 teams that both, of course, made the 2021 Final Four, albeit they did not meet at that Final Four. They could meet here in the second round. And boy, oh boy, I don't think there's a better second round matchup from a gameplay standpoint that's on the board, all 32 potential or however many when you mix in the combinations there, than Houston and Gonzaga. Clemson against McNeese is intriguing. I will see Clemson, McNeese, Purdue, High Point. I'll be on site in Providence on Thursday for the first round. Those games are going to come to you Thursday in Providence. McNeese is coached by Will Wade, a hot coaching candidate on the carousel right now. Clemson in the midst of its winningest season ever. That's an intriguing matchup for them overall, no doubt about it. And then when we scoot down to the bottom half of the bracket, you've got Illinois, which I'm calling Illinois the choose-your-own-adventure team. If you told me that Illinois lost to Texas or Xavier, it would not shock me in the least. If you told me that Illinois got through that game, beat Kentucky, Kentucky is actually pretty tasty. Kentucky's another one of my teams where they're a total choose-your-adventure team, and then they got past either Tennessee or UCLA and made the Elite Eight. Illinois is entirely capable of that if they can shoot the three-point ball pretty well here. This is a fun region. I think there's the potential for just absolute mess across the board. I like Utah State over UCLA. We'll get more into game-by-game breakdowns here. But I do think big picture.
Oh, y'all give me 1 second, man. Tank Dale. Hey, yeah, I remember you, Scary Terry. I appreciate you coming back, man. I see you done changed your name. I will definitely appreciate you coming back, man. Tank Dale, Scary Terry. Appreciate you coming back, brother, man. Appreciate you coming back, man. Hey, we're going to get back to it, man. And like I say, hey, y'all college basketball fans, NBA fans, WNBA fans, like I say, y'all go subscribe to my channel over there, Tighten Up Sports, man. I'll put the link in the chat. We most definitely, man. Now that I see that y'all into the college basketball, man, because, you know, I'll be over here talking about football, man, and I talk about the NBA. I didn't know, you know, how many people were really interested in college basketball, but see, I see y'all interested. Hey, we'll like I said, I just started my basketball channel over there, so I just got a couple of videos over there. But I'm gonna definitely do a show tomorrow, man, tomorrow morning, and we'll get more into this bracket, man, and we'll do some predictions and, you know, who we think gonna come out of what region, who we think make it to the Sweet 16, who might be a Cinderella team. We'll get into all that, man. So, hey, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna finish playing this for y'all. And appreciate you coming back through, Scary Terry, man. Hey, I see y'all got Debo over there. Y'all got Larry Matanza. Hey, you see what y'all gonna do? We're gonna see what y'all gonna do, man. See what y'all do in the draft. Y'all need to tighten up that defense. Well, here we go, y'all. Give me 1 second.
Sure, Tim, that all the 1 seeds, Houston has the quote-unquote easiest road. It never works out like that because we have upsets and then you get to the Sweet 16 and the field doesn't look like what we thought it would look like. But I think the Cougars, who, by the way, really good, can win a national title. I think they're probably fairly happy scanning what's in the bottom right part of this bracket.
Choose your own adventures. That was actually my dating bio when I was single. Yeah, I agree. Illinois, you don't know what you're going to get. Spot on. When they're good, really good, they got top 10 talent on their squad. Kentucky, I drank this juice last year, and obviously that did not go well for me.
But different team, different coach, and within the hours we're talking here real quick, Tim, Mark Pope has said he expects Lamont Butler to be pretty healthy and good to go. That's obviously so huge for the
Absolutely. Yeah, he's the Keyshawn Gilbert of that team because he runs the point. Obviously, he's been through the war. He's made big shots in Final Fours. I have Kentucky going pretty far there. Clemson and McNeese, those were 2 schools, full disclosure, I had making a run. And now they're playing each other, Joe. I'm like, great. So
who's making the run?
Right, so now I have to make a choice here. Clemson turned it on as of late. Let's not forget, they lost to South Carolina earlier in non-conference season. I got McNeese winning that game. What a year for Will Wade's group. 19-1 in the Southland Conference. They're really going to be a 3-point team. Like 10 plus or more, the way they're athletic, the way they could rebound, the way they can defend. If they make 10 plus or more threes, I have them beating Clemson. Purdue, choose your own adventure. Can we put them under that ride? Because my trust factor with them isn't extremely high. Kentucky, Tennessee, they played some great games. Kentucky actually went down to Knoxville and beat Tennessee. Tennessee, Matt, I want your honest assessment. They get a 2. They get a lot of respect. We've seen this movie before. Can they go to a Final Four?
Oh, yeah. No, they're definitely good enough to do it. This is the best 2 seed, I think, of all the 2s that you've got on the board. Bama, Tennessee, St. John's. I take that back. I like St. John's more than Tennessee. But Tennessee's really good. They've got Jemai Mashak, who I think is the best defender in college basketball. Zekai Ziegler's not that far behind. They've had a really good showing in the SEC tournament. Vols are certainly good enough. Last year, they got to the Elite 8. They ran into Zach Edey and Purdue, which obviously made the national championship game. Rick Barnes has only made 1 Final Four in his career. That was back at Texas all the way back in 2003, the year that Syracuse won with Carmelo Anthony. Good enough to do it. My concern is if it's Houston versus Tennessee in the regional final, if you get a 1-2, if you get a chalky matchup to get to the Final Four, Houston's like 7% better than Tennessee at everything that Tennessee wants to do. Doesn't mean Tennessee can't win a head-to-head, but if those 2 teams played 50 times, Houston would win more often than not.
We have reached halftime of our regional look ahead.
Houston's winning it all.
He's got Houston going.
Spoilers.
We got halftime entertainment.
I'm just telling you right now. I mean, the Houston can easily. I'm not saying okay. When I say easily, of all the ones Houston can get out of this region, and then if they get to the Final Four, virtual home game, 3 hours to San Antonio, Houston's cutting down the nets. I'm giving it to you right now because I love Houston defensively, and Florida in the West. That's a gauntlet, an absolute gauntlet. 3 of the 6 30-win teams are in the West. That's ridiculous, okay? So we're going to continue to break this down. The West region, you want to talk about a region that's nasty? This is nasty.
I totally
This is murderer's row. Back here on CBS Sports HQ, our Selection Sunday coverage continues. I'm going to call this region the group of death. 3 of the 6 30-win teams are in the West, led by the number 1 seed, Florida. The Gators, chomp.
All right, y'all. So I'm going to read this out to y'all right quick. This is the West region, which, like they say, this is probably about the toughest region right here, man. You got Florida playing Norfolk State. You got UConn and Oklahoma. You got Memphis, Colorado State. Maryland playing Grand Canyon. Missouri playing Drake. Texas Tech. UNCW. I don't know who that is. You got Kansas playing Arkansas and St. John's playing Omaha. My prediction, I'm going with Florida over Norfolk State. UConn, Oklahoma, man, that's going to be a tight one right there. I'll probably go with UConn on that one. I'm most definitely going to take Memphis over Colorado State. I'm taking Maryland over Grand Canyon. Missouri, I'm taking Missouri over Drake. Texas Tech, in that game, that Kansas-Arkansas. I'm going to take Arkansas in that one, and I'm going to go with St. John's over Omaha. But here we go, y'all.
Of death?
Sure. Group of death, region of death, whatever you want to call it.
Well, group is more for soccer, isn't it?
Right, but we're a group. We're a group here on set. You can call them the region of death if you want to. We share. I don't know if you knew, we share our confines with Galazzo. So we're trying to keep everybody happy. See, that's why I said group of death. Trying to keep everything happy and everybody feeling good about the food and the snacks and the set and all that stuff. So here we go. This region, Matt Norlander, I'm excited about this region because the matchups are juicy. The one matchup that I look at is a potential second-round matchup between John Calipari and Rick Pitino.
It's at the bottom half of the bracket. I will be there in Providence. Not only that, but how about this? You got Bill Self versus John.
Give me 1 second. Hey, most definitely, Tank, Scary Terry, man. Yeah. Hey, it don't grow, man. Hey, it don't move kind of fast, Tank Dale. Most definitely, man. Most definitely, man. I remember that too, man. I remember that too, man. But it's it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing. Scary Terry, Tank Dale. Yeah, man. It's how the YouTube stuff here, though, man. It's up and down, man. You might have one video, you have a whole bunch of views. You have another video, it'd be average. But my thing, man. You just got to be consistent. Scary Terry, Tank Dale. They got to be consistent. It comes slowly but surely. But, yeah, man, it's moving pretty good, though, man. It most definitely is, Tank Dale. Most definitely, man. You say, yo, that's the same for me. You got a podcast, Tank Dale? And y'all give me a minute, man. I'll finish playing it in 1 second. And you got one too, Tank Dale? If you do, put the link in the chat, man. And anybody that's listening, man, go over there and check Tank Dale out. You say no, it's a editing channel. Oh, okay, Tank Dale. Okay, no problem. I was gonna tell them to go over there and check you out, man. Because I try to support anybody, man. You got your channel, anybody. If you got your channel, and y'all trying to get your channel out there, man, I most definitely don't mind shouting your channel out, man, because I understand. Because I'm still trying to build mine up, but I most definitely understand when you're trying to, take the time and build it up, man. It take time, but I most definitely, try to help anybody anywhere I can, man. So y'all give me 1 second, man. I'm gonna finish playing this. Give me 1 second.
Calipari. And you got Rick Pitino, 3 Hall of Fame coaches. Oh, by the way, involved here. Yeah, that's really spicy. Arkansas and Kansas, 2 of the more underachieving teams this season. Kansas having its worst season ever.
Choose your own adventure teams.
Yeah, no, I kind of know how the adventure's going to go for Arkansas. I don't know if there's really much choosing there. But Kansas,
are you not getting them out of that
alternate ending? We'll see. Boogie Fland expected to play for Arkansas. He's an NBA-level talent. We'll see if him.
They won 0 SEC games with him.
That's also true. So we'll see on that. Kansas, Arkansas feels. We'll see. St. John's is on a heater. I'm picking St. John's to get to the Sweet 16 minimum. There's no way I'm not picking St. John's to get out of this part.
I'm glad you went there because, Tim, yesterday, you two on this air, you expressed some concerns about St. John's. Now that you see them, you see the seed, you see the routes, you see the lack thereof in terms of travel early on for the Johnnies. How do you feel about them?
Totally agree. I got a chance to call Omaha in the Summit League, and I thought they could put a scare into they can't put a scare into St. John's. Yeah. That's a game where St. John's is just too physical. Rick's done an amazing job in year number 2. We've seen this movie how many times at how many different schools? They shot 7 of 14 from deep against Creighton in the Big East Conference Championship game. I'll say this right now. If they shoot 50% from 3 in any NCAA game, they ain't losing because they're so physical and they can defend. And if they're able to bury shots and bury 8, 9, 10 threes and shoot 40% or better, that it was going to be their Achilles heel. The fact that they're in Providence, they're going to travel extremely well. Flew into New York. I played at St. John's for a year. So I'm aware when people have St. John's gear on. Someone upstairs has it on, right?
Yeah.
Mom went there from Whitestone. Shout out, 718. I've never seen so much Red Storm gear in my entire life.
Team.
They have taken over the Northeast, and this draw is really, really tasty for them. The team that I like, love the Drake. Don't like the Drake, Love the Drake. Ben McCollum is going to be one and done at Drake. He's actually going to be a coach that's one and done. He gets whatever job he wants. He has a guard. You have to hear this out. The guy's name is Bennett Sturtz.
It's awesome.
Yep. He's a 6'4" point guard. I had to see it for myself. I got a babysitter. Me and the wife went down to UIC of Chicago, and I watched one half of Drake versus UIC. They actually lost the game to Illinois-Chicago. The guy had 14 points, 7 assists. He dominated the game. We left at halftime because I wanted to go have some dirty martinis, stuff some blue cheese olives. But I saw enough at that time. I went, this guy's a superstar. And they play a style that's going to be very difficult to guard. Bad matchup when they see Texas Tech. That physicality is, I think, is going to be too much for them. But I believe they beat Missouri there, Matt.
You're out on Dennis Gates and his crew there.
Oh, but let's not forget Missouri. You know how many conference wins last year, right? As many as us. 0. They were 0-19 to the SEC. Great story. Happy the guy turned it around. Bad matchup for Missouri.
I don't know. Missouri's been. How about this?
I like Missouri.
Missouri is capable of. They are capable of beating Drake, beating Texas Tech. I don't know if after that they've been up and down. This is Drake. Drake shouldn't be an 11. I knew it was going to happen, but Ben McCollum runs some awesome stuff. They're not going to be afraid. This is a really. I mean, this matchup has the potential to be such a fun contrasting of styles. Drake will make you play on its terms. It is going to play, slow down, grind you up. But here's the thing. Even though they like to play low possessions, they're so much fun to watch. A lot of potential here. I got to be honest. The past few tournaments, I always get so excited for the bracket and seeing all of this stuff. But like the overall collection of matchups we have in the first round, I just love one after another. There aren't a lot of matchups where I go, not that interested. Now I'm talking about your 5, 12, 6, 11, 7, 10s, and 8, 9s. These are all really good. On the bottom half of the West here, I like Texas Tech a lot. I don't think it's going to have much trouble with the Seahawks, and all shouts to Takeo Siddle, also a guy who I think is very much in to get a bigger job once the season ends here. A Drake over Missouri is going to be one that you're going to have to force me to make this pick before the end of the night because I'm wavering back and forth.
I'm going to jump in. I think they have the best player. I talked about Drake there. Can we go to the top of the bracket? Because I like Florida. I picked them before the show. I'm obviously going to stick with them now. I believe they're the best team. You know what this seems like to me, Akeem?
Hey, my opinion, y'all. I know they're talking about Florida. Hey, I'm picking Florida going all the way, brother. I'm picking Florida. I like Florida, man. I think the SEC conference, man, college basketball conference, it's a lot of ranked teams in that conference. There's a lot of good teams in that conference. I think Missouri is a sleeper team in the SEC. I like Georgia. I think Georgia could make a couple things happen. But I most definitely like Florida, man. I like Florida, Auburn. I think all those teams gonna do good in the tournament, man. But I'm looking for Florida to at least make it to the Final Four, man. Most definitely. If not go all the way, I look for Florida to at least make it to the Final Four, man. I like Florida. They got a good, strong team, man. Strong team. But okay, y'all, give me 1 second.
Tell me.
Group of death. I'm sorry.
I thought you were going to change and say the region of death.
No. I'm just kidding. It is the region of death because Memphis is a squad. Guys, they're underdog in that game. Colorado State's actually favorite. Nico Medved's doing an awesome job. They've won 10 straight games. Love Nick up there. Clifford's been playing awesome. But Florida's going to have to go through a defending national champ, potentially, UConn. Then they're going to run into either Memphis or Maryland. I had Memphis and Maryland, Matt, as two squads that I was like, oh, baby, they're going to make a run. Well, now they can't make a run because they're going to see each other pretty quickly. Memphis got P.J. Haggerty, who's at his third school in 3 years. He's had 3 games this year where he's 20 in the first half. He's a scoring machine.
Third in the nation in scoring. He's a beast.
Maryland has the next Antoine Walker / Zach Randolph. Yep. It's really hard to quantify how great Derek Queen is because he can shoot the 3, he could post up. He's got help with Julian Reese. They got older guards. I think Memphis and Maryland's going to be an awesome game. I have Maryland advancing, but Florida's going to have their hands full.
Yeah, Maryland in that bracket, the Crab 5 led by Derek Queen. I could see them being a trendy pick to get to the Final Four.
They could be. Now, having Florida's a tough
10
one.
Defense.
Yes.
They're top 30 in offense.
Yes. They have one of the 5 or 6 best starting 5s in the country. They got a Memphis team that doesn't mess around and can really be aggressive and physical. A lot of fun there. Colorado State's also really hot. I'm officially claiming it here. The West is my favorite of the 4 regions. Just between UConn as an 8, Memphis as a 5, which can.
The group of
Hold on. Hey, what's going on? Be good. You don't like Florida making it to the Final Four? Be good. I like Florida, man. Florida got a good team, man. I think Florida got. I think they got a good chance. Go to that Final Four, man. Most definitely, man. They looking good. Hey, I like Duke too. Be good. Duke, I like them too, man. And Cooper Flag. Hey, what you think about that? Be good with Cooper Flag, man. They were saying that they might let him sit out one more game. That first game in the tournament, they were saying they might let him sit out, so he'll be 100% with that ankle going into for the rest of the tournament, y'all. So Duke got a pretty strong team too, y'all. I like Duke also. Like I said, I like a couple of teams out of the SEC, man. I like Tennessee also out of the SEC. I like Florida. I like Tennessee. I like Auburn. You can't forget about Alabama. I think Missouri. They're a scrappy team, man. I like Kentucky. Can't forget about Kentucky. Man, the SEC deep, man. SEC deep, man. SEC deep for sure, man. For sure. But y'all give me 1 second, man. Give me 1 second. I'll finish playing this for y'all.
No,
which is incredible. Colorado State and Nick Clifford, who was an NBA player and been amazing All-American level player. Maryland, this is the absolute goods here. Keep an eye on Maryland. It is a fun dark horse to come out of this region, but just be aware of the fact that Memphis is really good and beating a lot of good teams. Florida is playing better than anyone, and I mean anyone that's in this field right now. I think this is going to be littered with close and dramatic finishes. I love the West, which is no surprise because there's not a lot of teams based out West. So you get a little bit of the hodgepodge there, and that can produce some really interesting, fun results and matchups.
Memphis is being completely disrespected because that league doesn't get a lot of attention. They have older, experienced guards. They have physical bigs. They've had impressive wins all year long. They have a star in Haggerty. I think they got a really tough draw. By the way, they're dogs. I mentioned that game. Colorado State's actually favored as a 12 seed. The Mountain West, this is a conference we've seen go to the Final Four at San Diego State, and when we've seen them lay some pretty big eggs in the tournament. I'm taking Memphis in that game, but the smart money is obviously on Colorado State.
This region has 4 head coaches who have won a national championship. Dan Hurley, Bill Self, John Calipari, Rick Pitino. That's the most in one region since 2018. That's why I called it the region of death. Coming up, the East region. Duke, how are they going to get to the Final Four? Their path.
Give it a name. We need a name.
We'll get a name after the break. Our coverage continues here on CBS Sports HQ. Duke looking to get back to the Final Four. We're back after this.
Back on our Selection Sunday extravaganza as we turn our attention to our final region that we will address. Before we get into each and every one of those games, assessment, picks, it's all coming your way. In the East, it'll be Duke, your 1 seed, Alabama, your 2. The Duke.
All right, y'all, in the EC, like I said, I'm going to read it out to y'all because I know y'all probably can't see it. But you got Duke playing the winner of American or Mount State Marys, whoever that is. You got Mississippi State playing Baylor, Oregon playing Liberty, Arizona playing Akron, BYU playing VCU. Hey, this a good region over here too, y'all. Wisconsin playing Montana, St. Mary's playing Vanderbilt, Alabama playing Robert Morris. Hey, I'm taking Duke. I don't care who win that game. I'm taking Duke. I'm gonna take, man, that's gonna be a good one. That Mississippi State Baylor. That's gonna be a good one, man. I might go with Baylor on that one, y'all. You got Oregon and Liberty. I'm gonna take Oregon. Arizona, Akron. I'm taking Arizona. BYU and VCU. That's gonna be a good one too, y'all. But I'll probably go with BYU on that one. Wisconsin, Montana. Most definitely going with Wisconsin, St. Mary's, and Vanderbilt. I'm gonna go with Vanderbilt to beat St. Mary's, and of course, I'm going with Alabama to beat Robert Morris, y'all. So those games I'm going with on that, y'all. Y'all give me 1 second. And I think somebody was saying who I was on Florida team. They got the guard, Walter Clayton. I like him. They also got the small forward, Will Richards. He pretty solid too. The center, Ruben, he's solid. Alex Condon. So they got some pretty good guys on their team. Also Elijah Martin, he pretty tough too on Florida team. They got a pretty good team, man. That's one thing about Florida. They just good overall, like the overall team. And they most definitely put up points, man. They're a good offensive scoring team too, y'all. But give me 1 second. Here we go.
He's moving forward, but how far without Cooper Flagg? 31-3 as we say hello again from our desk. Matt Norlander, Hakeem Dermish, Tim Doyle, Joe Musso. And that's the answer that I want, is one that maybe we don't have just yet. When you look at this road for Duke, when does Cooper Flagg need to play, Matt Norlander?
Need to play?
Against Baylor.
I would say Baylor. Yeah, I would say Baylor. That's the big one right there.
Sorry, I answered that for you.
No, you're good. You're good, buddy. You're into it just like I am. They got a lottery pick. Mississippi State's a good team. They're not going to have trouble overall beyond that first weekend. But yeah, Cooper Flagg. I think he's going to want to play every single game. Personally, I'm not doubting that he will be available for that. But I like the way the top half, Tim, of the East sets up for Duke.
Oh, couldn't agree more, because I got upsets everywhere on the top half. I have Baylor winning that game. Talked about that lottery pick. VJ Edgecombe out of Lehigh is now at Baylor. Their backcourt, him alongside Rob Wright. Super exciting. They actually had a huge NIL.
Hey, y'all, so I see they agree with me. Even though Mississippi State good, y'all, they very athletic, like you say, John. But I would take Baylor on that one, even though I like Mississippi State. I think that's going to be a good one with them and Baylor. But I'm going to take Baylor to squeeze them out. But it's going to be a good one. Believe that. That's going to be a good one. But here we go, y'all.
NIL budget, probably underachieved, but Duke beats them. And then this is where things get goofy, folks.
Yes.
Things get Liberty. I have them beating Oregon. Oregon's been up and down. No doubt they have talent. Akron. John Gross cannot coach at a Power 5 or Power 6 school. Matt Norlander, you put John Gross in the MAC, he smacks everybody around. Doesn't matter if it's Ohio. He went through Sweet 16. And now at Akron, his backcourt of Johnson and Johnson are really tough. Love Tavari Johnson. Followed him in high school at Lyons Township. I have Liberty and Akron advancing there, which makes Duke fans extremely happy, Hakeem.
Yeah, that's true. This is Cooper Flagg has to play against the winner of Mississippi State Baylor. I would pick Baylor to win that game. This is, for me, when I look at this bracket, Duke automatic Elite Eight. That's where I'm already willing to say already.
I think that's fair.
Arizona's choose your own adventure.
Yes.
Arizona's choose your own, and then how about Oregon? Are they choose your own adventure? What are you getting?
Quack.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
On a pond. You don't know what you're getting.
So, are they both going to lose, Oregon and Arizona? Probably not, but I would bet one of them goes down. And Arizona, we've seen in years past, as recently as 2 years ago, when they were a number 2 seed, they fell to a 15 seed in Princeton. I have a hard time trusting Arizona. Obviously, they made that crazy shot, against Iowa State, the 3. That kind of changed the whole season for them, changed the whole season for Iowa State. I have trust issues there. Oregon, they were ranked in the top 10, and you were like, wait, how are they in the top 10? And then Illinois went out there, beat the brakes off of them. They've been up and down all season. They're probably not both going to lose, but Liberty's got the recipe. They could score. They played a really interesting schedule. And Akron's one of those teams. Nobody books Akron. No one's like, hey, we're scheduling Akron. They have the hardest time scheduling. They played Yale. They played St. Mary's, all really competitive. These are all tournament teams as well. Like, he calls big. We don't want to play Akron. Like, no one wants to play them. So that's a team. They may not win, but that game's going to go right down to the wire. They gave UCLA all they could handle a couple of years ago when they had Jaime Jaquez. That's a great culture there at Akron. That's going to be a great game.
Bottom of the bracket here, something that stands out. Alabama, one of the best offenses in the nation. A potential second-round game against St. Mary's, one of the best defenses. Something's got to give game. I mean, that could be pretty spicy as well.
What do you think, Tim?
Say which game?
If St. Mary's advances to face Alabama.
Oh, my. Akeem, great call. Alabama will be favorite in that game.
Yep.
I did St. Mary's maybe 2 weeks ago. They have an awesome point guard, Augustus Marshallonis, Sarunas' kid. He will match up with Mark Sears. Edge there, probably a push. Alabama is like worlds more athletic, but St. Mary's goes to the glass. Problem with St. Mary's is They don't shoot it great, and they did not shoot it great in the WCC championship game. They'd already beaten Gonzaga twice. If they go like 8 of 15 from three, I have St. Mary's beating Alabama. Alabama, they aren't choose your own adventure, Matt Norlander, but they're kind of.
Well, he done lost his, what the old people say, he done lost his rabbit. St. Mary's ain't beating no Alabama. He done lost his mind, y'all.
Sort of creeping towards that. They score a lot of points. They're fun to watch. They're high octane. But if they play.
What up with you, Slim? JR, what up with you, brother? Appreciate you coming through, man.
St. Mary's grinds them out. That's gonna be a bad matchup for them.
I'm still in on St. Mary's though. Like St. Mary's is properly seeded, I suppose. They're a dangerous team. I mean, you look across what if they could beat Vandy, which won't be an issue, and they play Alabama. There's immense potential here. The Gales are better than you think. They really are. They've really got a really good chance here to. Man, their path, like Wisconsin, BYU has been hot. I think St. Mary's is the real dark horse in this region.
Totally agree. I want to give you one more team, guys. Okay. VCU. I think the Atlantic 10 was underrated. By the way, if they don't win, they're probably not getting in because their strength of schedule was terrible. George Mason's strength of schedule was terrible as well. Here's what I like. Their top 3 scorers from last year returned for this year. Where does that happen in college basketball anymore? Max Schulger was with.
But all right, y'all. That's pretty much all of it. That's as far as with the bracket, with each region, with the college basketball bracket, man. Give me 1 second. Yeah, hey, y'all know it's gonna be a good one. Y'all don't know, you know how the college basketball tournament is, man. Y'all don't know who's gonna be the Cinderella team. You know it's gonna be a number 1 seed. Somebody gonna get upset. It happens every year. There's always gonna be a Cinderella team make it to the Sweet 16. You don't know who it's gonna be, but somebody gonna come out the blue and surprise everybody. Like I say, teams that have very good guards and they have shooters on the team, they usually do pretty good in the tournament. You always got to, if you got some good guards and you got some shooters on your team, you can make some noise in that tournament, most definitely. You can make some noise because a lot of teams can't really match up when you got the guard play and you got the shooters. A lot of teams can't match up with that, y'all. So it's going to be real interesting with this tournament, man. Hey, I can't wait. I'll be waiting on it, most definitely. We'll be waiting on it. But, yeah, man, back to what I was saying. If some of y'all just coming in here, like I said, did the Bengals make a mistake in going all in on offense and not really making the efforts to fix that defense, y'all? Also, the Falcons, what are they doing with Kirk Cousins? What should they do with Kirk Cousins? Like I told y'all earlier, it'd be better for them if they trade Kirk Cousins to do it after June 1st. Because if they do it after June 1st, then that will save them. That will save them $27.5 million to the cap, y'all. And as far as dead cap, they will only get $12.5 million towards the dead cap. But if for some reason they trade him before June 1st, they would get a dead cap hit of $37.5 million dead cap hit. And then they're only, as far as cap savings, they'll only save $2.5 million. So that's why I say 9 times out of 10, y'all, if Kirk Cousins do get traded, he ain't going nowhere till after June the 1st, y'all. It don't make no sense for the Falcons to take that much of a cap hit. If they do, I don't know what the fit. If the Falcons trade him before June 1st and they take that cap hit of 37.5 dead cap, I don't know what the hell the Falcons doing if they do that, man. So the best thing for the Falcons is to trade him after June the 1st. That way, that'll save them $12.5 million towards their cap, and the dead cap hit will only be $27.5 million, which is still a lot. But that's $10 million. That's $10 million more that you can save toward your cap to be able to maybe sign somebody if you get hurt in football camp or something like that. So, like I say, we'll see what happens. Only way I see Kirk Cousins getting traded is if somebody get hurt in training, if a quarterback get hurt in training camp, or if for some reason the Giants or somebody don't feel comfortable with they maybe drafted Shador or somebody like that, and they feel like they need a veteran quarterback. We'll see. But like I say, it's going to be probably after June 1st if the Falcons are smart. If not, if they trade him before June 1st, man, I don't know what the hell the Falcons doing, because that's just going to mess them up. Even though that $10 million, I know it ain't a lot, y'all, but $10 million, that make a difference. You can do a little something with $10 million. You most definitely, with that $10 million, you most definitely can go to the candy lady and rack up with a couple of freeze cups, about 2-3 packs of them there now laters, an old bag of all them little chewy candies. Yeah, you know, go over there and rack up at the candy lady with that old 10 mil. Yes, sir. And go to that old bootlegger and get your old pint of that old, get your pint of that old get your old pint of 211. Get your old pint of 211 so you be over there early. You be over there early about an hour later. Old cheap bottle of 211. But man, I appreciate y'all coming through, man, kicking it with me, man. Most definitely, man. Like I say, the Bengals better outscore everybody who they play, man. Because like I told y'all before, the quarterback, Joe Burrow, he threw for the most yards. Jamar Chase was the Triple Crown winner, receptions, yards, touchdowns. Trey Henderson led the NFL in sacks, y'all, and they still ain't even make it. They still ain't even touched the playoffs. They ain't even sniffed the playoffs, y'all. That's why I say I feel like they should have let T. Higgins walk, man. Like somebody brought up a good point earlier. I feel like they probably should have tagged him and then traded him, get some draft picks, and build your defense. And like I say, it's easier to find a number 2 wide receiver. You got your number 1. You got your pretty good pass catching tight end with Mike Gesicki. I feel like you got your explosive running back in Chase Brown. I feel like they could have found the number 2 receiver. Anyway, T. Higgins, he good, y'all. But T. Higgins always getting hurt, man. Every time he turn around, he hurt. I mean, when they're 100%, he do put up the numbers, y'all. I will say that. But I just feel like that's a lot of money that they put in the offense. And y'all know their defense couldn't stop no damn body. They had the NFL leading sack leader on their team. And it still didn't help them stop nobody last year, y'all. That's why Joe Burrow had to throw for all them yards. They couldn't stop no damn body. Shit, he threw for damn near 5,000 yards. It still didn't help. Your receiver damn near had 2,000. Your receiver was what, about 300 yards away from having damn near 200-yard receiving. It still didn't help. Your damn edge rusher, he was 3 sacks away. Well, he was 2.5 sacks away from having 20 goddamn sacks. It still didn't help. You got to have an overall team, man. It can't be all offense. Now, if we're playing fantasy football, like I said earlier, you most definitely want to draft Joe Burrow for your whoever start to look. Y'all know how I do with fantasy football. You always have somebody that do something early in the fantasy football draft. It'd be like the second pick, and they draft a quarterback already. It'd be like, what the hell is they drafting a quarterback on their second pick? The second pick that they pick, they'll draft somebody like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson quick. You be like, hey, why the hell they drafting a quarterback that damn early? Hey, watch. It's gonna be somebody do that same thing with Joe Burrow, because they're gonna be looking at the stats he finna get ready to put up. But he gonna put up some stats again, y'all, and he probably gonna throw for them 5,000 yards again if he don't get hurt. But I'm gonna tell y'all one thing: they ain't going no damn well, because they still got to see Baltimore. They still got to see the Bills. They still got to see Kansas City, and you ain't beating them teams in the playoffs by just outscoring them. Hey, Derrick Henry, you play Baltimore in the playoffs, Derrick Henry gonna run all over y'all ass. Josh Allen gonna throw that motherfucker all over the field. And Patrick Mahomes, you best believe next year they gonna make sure they fix that offense where he has some weapons. Like I say, Rasheed Rice coming back. Xavier Worthy to be in his second year. I'm pretty sure they probably get another, athletic young receiver. They're gonna fix that offensive line. Andy Reid ain't gonna go through another season with Patrick Mahomes getting hit like he got hit this year, y'all. And especially how the Eagles was on his ass in the playoffs in the Super Bowl. Y'all best believe Andy Reid gonna fix that offensive line. Well, he most likely he gonna do it in the draft, but he gonna fix that offensive line. So that's why I say that AFC is stacked, man. And those three teams right there, those are the three teams you're going to see them in the playoffs. Believe that. You're going to see Buffalo. Buffalo ain't going nowhere. They young. Quarterback young. Baltimore, they ain't going nowhere. Lamar Jackson, young. They got a young team. Kansas City, they ain't going nowhere. So that's what you got to match yourself up against, especially in the AFC, man. Pittsburgh. If Pittsburgh, if they do the right thing in the offseason, if they get Aaron Rodgers, and they get maybe about two good offensive linemen to strengthen up that offensive line, Pittsburgh got a defense. If they get Aaron Rodgers and they'll probably maybe get about two good offensive linemen in the draft and sure their offensive line, Pittsburgh gonna be in the house too because they got a good defense, man. So, hey, that's what I say, man. Hey, offense sell tickets, but it don't win championship, y'all. You most definitely ain't beat nobody. Just you'll beat some of them teams out there, but you ain't gonna win. You ain't gonna put no rings on your finger with just trying to outscore people every down. That ain't gonna work. But like I say, man, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. Y'all most definitely subscribe to the channel. Double tap that screen for the Lizzie, man. I got one more little video clip I want to play for y'all before I get up out of here, man. Y'all give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I want to play this little update for y'all, man, as far as Mel Kiper. He brought up an updated mock draft. So I want to play this right here right quick for y'all, man. Give me 1 second.
And it's ready to go. What we're going to show you here is his top 10 picks. Cam Ward going number 1 to the Titans.
Well, as y'all see right here, I'm going to pause it right quick. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pause it right quick. If y'all don't really see it, I'm going to read it out to you right quick. So his updated mock draft, man, he got Cam Ward going to the Titans, which I believe that's pretty much what's going to happen. You got Abdul Carter going to Cleveland. He got Shedeur Sanders going to the Giants, which I believe this pretty much gonna fall like this, y'all. Unless Aaron Rodgers go to the Giants. If Aaron Rodgers go to the Giants, then Shedeur, he might fall, y'all. He might fall because the Patriots don't need a quarterback. Jacksonville don't need a quarterback. The Raiders, they just picked up a quarterback, so they don't need a quarterback because they just picked up Geno Smith. The Jets, they just got Justin Fields, so they wouldn't get no quarterback. I know Carolina ain't get no quarterback. So it'll be interesting, man. You got the Saints, maybe the Saints. Maybe the Saints. So if Aaron Rodgers end up going to the Giants, man, don't be surprised. If Shedeur might end up falling down and maybe going to the Saints. But like I say, mock draft. That's why you got mock drafts for y'all, because you got predictions. But they got Travis Hunter going to the Patriots, which I think that'll be a big pickup, especially with all the money they don't spent in free agency with tightening up that defense. I think he'll be a good addition to their team. Mason Graham, they got him going to Jacksonville. Ashton Genty, they got him going to the Raiders. They got Tyler Warren, which I love Tyler Warren. I most definitely feel like he's going to be successful in the NFL. They got him going to the Jets. Jalen Walker, I like him, man. I feel like Jalen Walker and Abdul Carter, the best two defensive players in this draft. Jackson Dart, they got him going to the Saints. If it fall like this, y'all, like I say, if Aaron Rodgers go to the Giants, I'm pretty sure the Giants probably ain't going to draft Shedeur. So Shedeur might end up falling right here with Jackson Dart to the Saints. If it fall like that, y'all, but we'll see. But you never know. It's going to be interesting to see what Cleveland do. Because if Cleveland don't get somebody like Russell, it's big rumors right now, y'all, that Russell Wilson might go to Cleveland. So we'll see what happens right here, y'all, because if Cleveland don't get Russell Wilson, which the rumor is right now, and if Cleveland don't have a quarterback, then don't be surprised if this right here switches up. If Shador end up going to Cleveland and Abdul Carter end up going to the Giants. So this right here might flip depending on where Russell Wilson goes. If he does go to Cleveland, I don't know if Russell Wilson – well, I'm sorry, y'all. If Russell Wilson doesn't go to Cleveland, and let's say Russell Wilson go back to Pittsburgh or wherever he end up going, but if he don't go to Cleveland and Cleveland don't get one of these free agent quarterbacks, then Cleveland got to get a quarterback, especially in that division they in, man. So if Cleveland don't get one of these free agent quarterbacks, Shador might end up going to Cleveland, y'all, and Abdul Carter might flip and go to the Giants or somebody, y'all. So we'll see what happens with that. But like I say, he got Jackson Dart going to the Saints, and he got Mikael Williams going to the Bears, man, which I think that would be a big pickup for them, man, especially with what they doing on that team so far, man. With them picking up Grady Jarrett, they already got a solid defense, man. They already got Sweat over there. I think Mikael Williams will definitely be an upgrade to their defense, man. But here we go, y'all. Like I say, appreciate y'all coming through. What up with your Boomtown, man? You say Bo Callahan is a bust. And John, let me see. You say I want to say worst Chiefs team. Other teams are just figuring them out. I got you, John. But appreciate you coming through, Boomtown, man. But here we go, y'all.
Carter, number 2 to the Browns. Shador Sanders, 3 to the Giants. Travis Hunter, 4 to the Patriots. And you can read some of the other names you see on your screen. If this is true, there are 2 things we can focus on. One, they'll be dancing in the streets of Foxborough. That would be an outstanding way for that to break for the Patriots. And here is the great Mel Kiper Jr. Let's talk about Shador to the Giants. You and I talk on the First Draft podcast every week, twice a week now. But for those who aren't part of this conversation all the time, I feel like the discussions around Shador Sanders are all over the map, Mel. How do you see him at 3 to the Giants?
That's a great fit, Greeny. I think the pressure, the expectations, the big stage, the bright lights, he's dealt with all that. That's Shador Sanders. That's who he is. That's what he's all about. At Jackson State, he was phenomenal. At Colorado, he was outstanding. This guy got too many sacks. Guess what? Over those 2 years, he completed 72% of his passes, 74% this past year. He never had a game less than 60% completion percentage, yet he was harassed. He was under duress all the time. Didn't throw many interceptions.
Hey, y'all give me 1 second, man. Hey, I agree with what y'all saying. Boomtown, you say Warren or the offensive tackle will go to the Jets. Hey, Boomtown, if you ask me, now I love Tyler Warren, but if I'm gonna look at what the Jets really need, because even though they had Aaron Rodgers, the Jets' problem is, and it's been their problem for the past couple of years, is the offensive line, man. So even though I would love to have Tyler Warren, you got to fix your team from the inside out. So I feel like the Jets got weapons, man. They got Garrett Wilson. You got 2 solid running backs. I most definitely feel like I would take the offensive tackle over Tyler Warren, even though I hate to say that, y'all, because I love Tyler Warren. But if I'm going to look at the Jets and what they really need, they need to fix that offensive line, man. Justin Fields, I think that's going to be a great combination with him getting back with his old college buddy, Garrett Wilson. I think that's going to be a good combination because they already know each other, play with each other in college. So, yeah, it'd be nice to see them get an offensive tackle and try to, tighten up that offensive line, man. Because they got a solid defense. I feel like they got, some good weapons. They got to fix that offensive line. Be good. Let me see what you say. You say you got to look at what they had before compared to what they have now. This Kansas City team wasn't great. No, they ain't. Be good. They most definitely showed weaknesses on their team. But this is the thing, Be Good. Even though they showed weaknesses on their team, they still made it to the Super Bowl. So you already know, Be Good. Andy Reid, he gonna fix that. He gonna fix that weakness on their team, and he most likely gonna do it in the draft. I mean, of course, I see they brought back Juju Smith, which I feel like Juju Smith ain't been the same since he left Pittsburgh, y'all. So I ain't really up on that Juju Smith because he ain't the same. I mean, he makes some plays at certain times, but I feel like Kansas City need to get a little more athletic at receiver. Like I say, Rashee Rice, he'll be coming back, so we'll see how that go. Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy together. We'll see how that go. But I'm gonna definitely feel like they probably gonna fix that offensive line in the draft, man. Boomtown, you say earn yourself as a subscriber. Hey, appreciate that, Boomtown, man. Appreciate that, Boomtown. Over here, man, we do all football, man. We do the NFL and we do college football, man. So it don't matter what your team is, Boomtown. We talk about all of them over here. So if you like me and you like to talk about, a little bit of all the teams, that's what we do over here, man. It don't matter what your team is. We talk about all of them, man. And it ain't really too much on the NFL team that I don't know about. I pretty much know a little something about them that I ain't gonna say damn near. I pretty much know a little something about every team, man. Pretty much know a little something about all of them because I look at everybody. And what got me to looking at everybody, y'all, because I'm a big fantasy football guy. So I always kept up with different players. But when I started playing fantasy football, man, it really got me to looking at different teams, man, and looking at different matchups with certain players because, I'm picking receivers, trying to pick them going up against certain defenses, running backs, all that stuff, man. So that fantasy football most definitely keep you on your P's and Q's as far as keeping up with these different teams and certain matchups and stuff that you want to play certain players against certain matchups, y'all. But most definitely appreciate that subscribe that sub Boom Time. Appreciate that, brother. And anybody else, man, new to the channel, y'all like the content, y'all most definitely subscribe. Double tap that screen for the likes. And y'all give me 1 second, man. We're gonna get back to the video, man, with Mel Copper with his new mock draft, his top 10 mock draft, and some of the places and teams that what he think might pick and some of the top prospects, man. So y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna finish playing this for y'all.
At Jackson State or at Colorado. So when you look at what he did there, despite having a horrible offensive line 2 years ago and not a great one this past year, he still lit it up and he managed the game and he won this past year at Colorado. So for Shedeur Sanders, I think he's a perfect fit. You got a coach, a GM picking their guy, getting their quarterback with the Giants in a division with Hurts and Prescott and the emerging superstar in Jaden Daniels. You got to close that gap. You got to get right where those teams are. And I think Shedeur Sanders will give them that opportunity.
For people who haven't seen a lot of them and don't follow, live in it day in, day out the way you do, with Shedeur Sanders, if there's a knock on him, it's the physical traits, right? He's not huge. He's not incredibly fast. But what he is extraordinarily good at the quarterbacking stuff, right? I'm taking all of this directly from you. All the processing, all the reading, all that stuff, that's his superpower.
Yeah, he's got to get a little tick faster in terms of getting the ball out. He can't take sacks in the NFL. You're behind the chains, you're behind the sticks, and you're in those second and long, third and long. It's over. You're giving up drives, and you don't have a lot of drives in a National Football League, right? So you got to make them count. So Shedeur's got to obviously improve in that area, but certainly being able to look at a gun barrel, make throws when you're being pressured, be able to manage a game and not turn it over. He didn't. The interception numbers were low. The accuracy was incredible. And the leadership that he'll bring, this whole notion it's going to be this big circus, it's all about Deion. It was never about Deion. Deion was a great teammate in the NFL and with the Atlanta Braves in Major League Baseball. He didn't bring any of that. Last time I checked, remember, John Elway manipulated the draft. Eli Manning manipulated the draft. Shedeur Sanders, what's he saying? Hey, I just want to come in the NFL and lead a football team. So I think this whole Deion Shedeur stuff is overhyped. It's not accurate. And Shedeur Sanders is all about winning. And he's a tremendous game manager. I think he's a hell of a quarterback.
Deion Sanders was talking about all that and more yesterday. Here's what he said.
We're so darn blessed. We're not stressed. Do you see how I look right now? Do I look stressed? Let me take these glasses off so you can zoom in. Do I look stressed? No, I look blessed. Okay. So, I don't know what they expect from my kids. They daddy's sons, man. Please. We're used to adversity. We're used to ignorance and adolescence. We're used to that. So If anybody could handle it, I think they can. And I'm a proud father, not for the stuff that you know about. I'm proud for the stuff that you don't know about that they've gotten through. I am.
So, Graziano, I think what he's referring to there were some of the questions that people seem to have about Shedeur Sanders at the Combine, but I'm not 100% certain. Do we know what Deion is referring to, and do we know how significant it is?
I don't know what he's referring to because I wasn't at the press conference.
Right.
But in terms of significance, look, it's draft season, right? You're going to hear criticisms of some of these prospects for the first time because people are diving in and getting to know them on a different level. So quarterback evaluation is extremely subjective. Every single year you have people that will tell you about each of these guys. Yeah, he's great. And there are people who will tell you about the same guy. I'm not sold on him for X, Y, Z reason. That happens. So I think some of the negatives get amplified. And I think that's probably what Deion is being asked about.
Tim, you were making interesting points in our meeting this morning about your personal experience with this and having played with Eli Manning and his experience with this. What are you hearing there from Deion?
Yeah, so I like what Deion said. I mean, a couple of things is, his sons have grown up in the spotlight. And as you referenced, look, I have teammates with Eli Manning at the Giants. Like, expectations for him his entire life were sky high. And look, I've joked in the past, I think one of the things that helped make him successful is with Eli, you never knew if he won the lottery or if his dog died. Like, that's how he was. He was so steady all the time. And look, there was a period when he was at the Giants where he was on the back page of all the papers as a bust, but he was able to kind of weather the storm and play through it. And I think Deion is kind of talking about his sons that way, and that expectations for them have been high. And I would just say in terms of, I don't know if we want to call it the sensitivity to the criticism or the evaluation every year. Look, we're on TV talking about it every year. People, who follow the draft are hearing the criticism every year. But when you're a player going through it, you do it once. And so like the arrows and the criticisms, it's that one time in your life where, and it's usually the first time where it becomes real for you personally. And so I do think there's always a sensitivity to it for the people that are going through it.
There's a lot of talk about the possibility of the Giants getting Aaron Rodgers. I don't know how likely that, in fact, why don't I ask Graziano? Anything? Have there been any
no movement on that?
No
since
signs.
The middle of last week.
Rodgers
Giants and Steelers both want him. They're waiting for him to make a decision.
Would that influence the way you see this, Mel, if they wind up with Rodgers or even Russell Wilson?
No, not at all, because Shedeur Sanders certainly is the developmental quarterback. He's the future. Doesn't have to mean he has to be the guy right away. That whole thing about Jaden Daniels doesn't happen all the time. You're catching lightning in a bottle there. Patrick Mahomes was redshirted his first year in the NFL, basically. So when Alex Smith was the quarterback. So no issue at all with that. And I think that's what they would prefer to have. If Shedeur is able to go in there and be the guy, great. If he's not, you develop him and you wait till year 2, year 3.
And then the second question along those lines is, you and I, because again, we do the podcast, we talk about this all the time. I feel like there is a suspicion. You've got him going 3. I feel like there are some people who believe we could see Shedeur slide a little bit. What is you talk to people in the NFL every day. What is your sense of that?
They're all over the place on Shedeur Sanders. I mean, your head's spinning there if you talk to people. Some love him. Some say, no, he's if his name was Shedeur Jones, it'd be a 3rd-round pick. But guess what? I heard that about Peyton Manning, too. I brought that up to you, Greeny, a lot. I heard a lot about Peyton Manning after his pro day when he had wobbly balls and not having the arm strength and all that. And again, I talked to Peyton. Peyton was in his house saying, no, I heard all that stuff. I don't have any upside. I don't have this. Don't have any of that. Okay, Bill Polian took him number 1, and you saw what happened. Ryan Leaf, 50% of the league like Ryan Leaf over Peyton Manning because he had better physical ability. So again, I get it. He doesn't have the explosive arm, explosive legs. But hey, when you look at Peyton Manning, did late great Johnny Unitas have that? Did Tom Brady have that? No, they didn't. You don't need all that to win in the National Football League at the quarterback position.
Super quickly, what is the sense you get just from talking to people about a range here for a guy like Shedeur Sanders?
You could find people at the Combine and sense that would tell you that, I think he's going to slip. But there's also, I think, a solid chance he doesn't get past 2. Like, Cleveland needs a quarterback. Right. And I don't think that they dislike him. So, I think we thought C.J. Stroud might slip 2 years ago, and he went 2. So It only takes one team to fall in love.
Okay, we'll see. That's one quarterback story coming out of Mel's mock. There's nothing I love more than these. Let me run through a couple of the things that are in there. Mel, you have Travis Hunter at 4 to the Patriots. Is he a franchise-changing talent?
Franchise changing, I think, potentially once he defines where he's going to be at his best, Green. You play him at both early on. He's a heck of a wide receiver. He's a heck of a corner. Once he defines that, he doesn't have to expend all that energy. They got all the stamina and endurance it took to play both sides of the ball at Colorado. Once he defines that, he can be great at one of those two positions.
Ashton Genty, you have going 6 to the Raiders, the star runner out of Boise State. Is that too high for a running back?
Rating-wise, it is not. He's top 5 material on most teams, I think. And when you talk about rankings board, the people I've spoken to like him high. It's a philosophy of mine. So
Phil in the first half of the first round. And then we get to the really interesting piece. You have Jackson Dart making his first appearance in your mock top 10. You have him 9 to the Saints. Give me the thinking.
Well, first of all, last year in mock 3.0, I had Bo Nix going to a team that he ended up taking, and the Denver Broncos. I got talked out of that in mock 4.0. Nobody's talking me out of this one, Greeny. Jackson Dart locked into the Saints at 9 for me right now. Think about, hey, he went west with USC to the SEC, right? Bo Nix went SEC out west to Oregon. I think when you look at Jackson Dart, the improvement, completion percentage up every year. Okay, interceptions down, and he maintained that at 5.6. Complete percentage up every year. Touchdowns up every year. Jackson Dart with his legs, 1,500 rushing yards the last 3 years. Okay, 8 rushing touchdowns 2 years ago. That's the underrated part of Jackson Dart's game. This is an NFC now, adding Jaden and Caleb, Michael Penix Jr., the division with Penix Jr., and 2 number 1s overall, Baker and Bryce Young. And now you get Jackson Dart. You got to keep up with the division, Greeny. The Saints, you get new coach, new quarterback coming in together.
A third quarterback in the top 10. Tim Hasselbeck, have you seen much of him? What do you think?
Yeah, I like him. It's interesting, the Bo Nix, comparison. Now, Bo Nix had played a lot of football. Jackson Dart's played a good amount of football, not quite as much as Nix. I think that's, something to always be considered throughout this evaluation process. Okay, I think physically, look, he looks, moves, throws the way you want first-round quarterbacks to do that stuff. And so I think that there will be people that fall in love with the traits. And I would just say this in terms of, if you think a guy is going to be a decade-long starter for you at the quarterback position, then I don't care where it is in the first round. It's worth it. And especially if you're the Saints, we're picking all the way up there, and who knows how far you can get back before somebody sneaks in front of you, or if you can even get back at all. So I don't hate it. If you love a guy and you think that he can be that for your team, then absolutely. And I would agree with Mel in terms of the way people saw Nix, the way people, I think, looked at J.J. McCarthy in a way. I think there's going to be people that look at Jackson Dart in a similar light.
For people who don't know much about him, he started 38 games for Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss. He threw 72 touchdowns, finished as the school's all-time leading passer, surpassing Eli Manning. What is it you are hearing about the possibility of this third quarterback going the first half of the first round?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think first round is certainly possible at this point for Jackson Dart. And these guys do move up historically as we get closer to the draft. He threw at the combine, which not everybody does, and he impressed teams there with his willingness to do that and also the way he threw it. His traits that Mel talks about are there. Kellen Moore is the new Saints head coach. He's an offensive guy. He might want to pick his quarterback. Bo Nix went to the Broncos because Sean Payton felt like this was the guy for me to run my offense. Kellen Moore feels that way about someone like Jackson Dart, then absolutely. I don't think the Saints have taken a first-round quarterback since Archie Manning. I'm dead serious. I think that's the only time they did it. So Jackson Dart would be a departure for them, but they are going to need somebody once they move on from Derek Carr.
Mel, I'm getting notes here from our buddy Dan Orlovsky, who was watching, saying, and correctly pointing out, and he said it on this show, that he has been saying Dart in the top 10 for a while now, and that, in fact, he thinks that Dart could creep up towards the territory of QB2. And so I wanted to get your take on that, Mel, about the possibility that by the time we get 5-6 weeks from now, people could be talking about a debate between Dart and Sanders, who's going to be the second quarterback off the board.
Not out of the question. There's not. I'm not going to ever laugh at anything that's being said now because everybody's got all opinions all over the place. I will say this: last year with Bo Nix, when I had him at 3.0, I got calls after that. People say, "You got him too high. He's not a first-round guy. He's borderline. He's more of a second-round guy on our board." So, and I got talked out of it. Jackson Dart, to me, when you look at where we are right now with the league and with the quarterbacks, and you got to keep up with your division. And Jackson Dart's got talent. We're not forcing him up there. He's 18 on my big board right now. You look at the progression, 62%, 65%, 69% this past year, 20, 23, 29. Progression in terms of touchdowns. That's at 8 rushing touchdowns 2 years ago, 1,500 rushing yards the last 3 years. That's the underrated part of this kid's game. He's tough. He's fast, he's athletic, he's aggressive, and he will attack a defense, and he will kill you on third down, man coverage. He can go for 20, 30 yards. So for Jackson Dart, if Kellen Moore feels the way Peyton did about Nix, like Tim said, you can mark it down. If he doesn't, then he drops a little bit. And I will say this about Shedeur. If he slides, I did a little research. 8 sliding quarterbacks since 1970 based on my ratings and mock dress. 6 of the 8 big-time hits. 2 busts were both Notre Dame guys, Clausen and Brady Quinn. Outside that, 6 of 8 hit big. So if Shedeur does slide a little bit in the first or into the late early second, like some think, so be it. Doesn't bode, but still would bode well for Shedeur Sanders.
All right, y'all, give me 1 second. So that was a little update on Mel Kiper's updated mock draft here we got going, man. So like I said, it's gonna be real interesting because I see that they pretty much was saying some of the same things that I was saying as far as where Shedeur might end up going, man. Because like I say, Cleveland most definitely need a quarterback, man. So he got him going to the Giants. But like I say, you got rumors about Cleveland Browns trying to get Russell Wilson. We'll see how that end up going. But if for some reason they don't get Russell Wilson, hey, I would not be surprised if Cam Ward go to Tennessee and Shedeur end up going to Cleveland. So y'all keep your eye out on that. Like I say, everybody waiting to see where Aaron Rodgers gonna go. Hey, you know how Aaron Rodgers gonna do. He gonna have everybody waiting, and then you know what he gonna do. He gonna go on Pat McAfee show, and then he gonna let everybody know where he going. Y'all already know. Aaron Rodgers probably somewhere in Cabo or something with his feet up, cooling his heels somewhere. While everybody over here trying to figure out where he's going. He going to take his good old precious time before he let everybody know where they going, man. Let me see what you say, Big Good. You say, I think the Panthers should pick up Sanders if he falls. Hey, I'll take him. But I don't know, Big Good. They probably ain't going to do it, but I will definitely. Hey, if it was me, I grab him up real quick. But I don't know if they'll do it though. Be good. But I'll tell you this: be good. If he do fall, I don't think he'll go past the Saints though. Be good. If he do fall, I don't think he'll go past the Saints. I think if he's still there and the Saints pick, I most definitely feel like they're gonna snatch him up quick. It ain't even gonna take no time. Time they pick, time for them to pick, they're gonna be already up there. The pick is already in. They're gonna snatch him up with the quickness because Saints need a quarterback. Because they ain't really secure with Derek Carr right now, man. But hey, y'all, man, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. I'm about to get ready to get up out of here. Shoot, we done been in here for a minute right now. Like I said, if y'all like the content, y'all most definitely subscribe to the channel. Double tap the screen for the likes. And like I say, all my basketball fans, man, hey, y'all go over there. I'm going to put the link in the chat one more time, man. Y'all basketball fans, y'all go over there and subscribe to my new basketball channel, man. That's the link in the chat right there, Tighten Up Sports. We most definitely going to be covering the tournament this weekend. I'm going to do some live game reactions on some of those games this weekend, man. So, hey, we're going to be doing all basketball over there, NBA, college basketball, WNBA. We're going to do it all. So, if y'all basketball fans, y'all most definitely go over there and check it out, man. Hey, appreciate that. Be good, man. Appreciate that, brother. Hey, I'll be trying, man. So, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you. Be good. Appreciate everybody came through and checked me out, man. Y'all keep the notification bell on. We'll be back on in the morning. I know I came on at a different time, y'all. My people that usually come in here and watch, but I know usually I come on between 8 and 9:30 normally, y'all. But I came on a little later today. Had to get me a little sleep. I had to work last night, but y'all keep the notification bell on. I'll be back on in the morning, like I say, somewhere between 8 and probably 9:30. we'll be back on in the morning, and we'll talk some more about what's going on with free agency and soon, y'all. I'm gonna start breaking down. I'm gonna tell y'all this before I get out of here. Oh, appreciate that, Mind Hayes, man. Appreciate that, brother. Hey, I be trying, man. I appreciate y'all supporting me, man. I appreciate y'all coming through here watching me, man. I'm gonna definitely appreciate y'all. Cause like I told y'all before, hey, I ain't nobody if y'all don't come through here and listen to me, man. So I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all more, man. Most definitely, man. So I try to be creative and try to keep y'all entertained, man. So I most definitely appreciate y'all, most definitely. But one thing I'm gonna start doing, y'all, leading up to the draft, I'm gonna start breaking down each team. I'm gonna break down what they did in free agency, and I'm gonna break down their draft, what they should do in the draft, and like a little mock draft for each team. But I'm gonna start doing that. Probably, I might start doing it. So if not this week, I'll probably start doing it next week. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start from the last team, which who won the Super Bowl, which is the Philadelphia Eagles. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through every team all the way up to the number one team, to Tennessee. So each day I'll cover a team. I'm gonna go through what they did in free agency. I'm gonna go through their draft needs, and we'll like try to predict, or like a little mock draft if y'all want to try to predict on who they might draft in the draft, man. So I'm gonna do each team leading up to the draft. I'm gonna go from last to first place. Hey, appreciate that super chat, Mind Hayes, man. Most definitely, man. You say good stuff, bro. Keep doing you. Hey, I will, man. I appreciate the support, and like I say, I appreciate y'all, man. Hey, I ain't nobody if y'all don't come through and watch me and kick it with me, man. So at least I can do is try to keep y'all entertained, man. So like I say, appreciate y'all again. Keep your notification bell on. I'll be back on in the morning. And like I say, on my basketball channel, we will be covering the NCAA tournament. Y'all know I'm gonna talk about my Luka Lake Show Luka, which they did get a good win last night. I ain't gonna say a big win because the Spurs, Wemby is out, De'Aaron Fox is out for the season. So basically, the Lakers just did what they were supposed to do. They beat a team that they should beat. So we'll see what they do against Denver on Wednesday night. Y'all know most definitely I will be coming on Thursday morning and talk about what happened in that game. But you say, Luka, all right, you got me. I'm sold up. Yes, sir. Mind Hayes, I'm a big Lakers fan, man. Luka Lake Show, Luka all day, baby. And I'm gonna tell you one thing, Mind Hayes, before I get out of here. Hey, it'll be a great story if the Lakers end up playing the Cavs in the NBA Finals. That's gonna be a great story with LeBron playing his old team, his first team, his hometown team, the Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron with the Lakers. Hey, that'll be a great story, y'all. Great story. But hey, I'm about to get out of here, man, because I got to go pick my little boy up from school in a little bit, man. But like I say, once again, appreciate y'all. John, be good. Mind Hayes. You say Lakers in 5. Hey, I like it. Hey, you love it. I like it, baby. But I tell you this, Mind Hayes. Hey, coming up, the Lakers, we got the hardest schedule in and out the year, man. We got to play Denver Wednesday. We got to play Milwaukee again on Thursday. We got to play Houston. We got to play Milwaukee. We got to play OKC 2 times. So, hey, we're going to have a nice stretch coming up. And like I say, LeBron, the update is from that groin injury. They say he'll be back probably next week, y'all. So, the Lakers, if they can try to get a win, whether it be against Denver or Milwaukee, that'll be big. They play Chicago. I'm looking for them to beat Chicago. But if we can get at least one of those games without LeBron, maybe against Denver or against Milwaukee this week, that'll be great, y'all. We almost beat Denver last time, but we had 6 guys that didn't even play. So we'll see, man. Let me see you say, John, you say calling now Houston knocks Lakers out. I don't know, man. Hey, we're going to whoop Houston ass. Hey, but I will say this, John. Hey, Houston look good, man. They got a great young team. Hey, that boy Jalen Green, hey, he nice, man. He be hooping, boy. Houston got a good young team. OKC got a good young team. I think Detroit on the Eastern Conference, I think they're an up-and-coming team. So, hey, it's gonna be good when these playoffs start, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to see when the Lakers get a chance to play against. Matter of fact, I can't wait to see the Lakers play Houston. We got Lakers play Houston before the playoff, John. So we most definitely got to keep an eye on that. And like I say, we play OKC 2 times. I'm most definitely gonna be waiting on that to see how we match up against OKC, man. The thing with OKC, y'all, I feel like with them, ain't nobody really played OKC the way I want to see somebody play them. And I think the Lakers got a good enough defense to do it. Teams, I think if you start trapping Shea Alexander, if you start trapping him or play defense where it takes the ball out of his hand, I would like to see somebody play him like that to see if somebody else on their team can step up and fill in if you start trapping him and taking the ball out of his hand. Like the same thing what they be trying to do to the Lakers with Luka, when they start trapping him off the picks and the screens. And then you got people like Austin Reeves start making shots, Dalton Connect start making shots. When LeBron get back on the floor, he'll take advantage of that also. But I would like to see OKC because in the play-in, I mean in the in-season tournament, that's what Milwaukee did to him. Milwaukee basically took him away, and OKC didn't really have an answer for it. So I don't know why nobody else ain't really tried to do that, but I would like to see if somebody do that. I would like to see if they got somebody else that would step up. But excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. Let me see what you say, Maya Hayes, before I get out of here. You said I feel like teams are going to start resetting players. Resting players. I'm sorry, and not showing all their cards into the playoffs. So we'll see time. To get healthy for a run. Yeah, most definitely, Maya Hayes, most definitely, man. But like I said, man, we're gonna get up out of here. Like I said, I got to get up out of here. I know I'm still talking, but I like to interact with y'all, man, and read your comments and stuff, man. But I got to get out of here, man, because like I said, I got to go pick up my little boy in a little while. But like I say, appreciate y'all coming through. Double tap the screen for the like. Subscribe to the channel if you like the content. Get your notification bell on, man. We'll be back on in the morning, probably, like I say, somewhere between 8 and 9:30. But hey, I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Y'all enjoy y'all day. And once again, I appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Be safe.